So we are officially live. Luna, you're welcome to talk. Shira, you are welcome to talk. But this is going to be um, one hell of a stream because nothing really likes working. So this is going to be very, very dumb by every aspect. Um, I think first what I'll do is I'll say exactly what's going on, and then I'll play a little bit of their stuff to give them some credit, and then I'm looking to like go through the entire video. Um, I know Shira kinda probably can't talk, so I am more than happy to give you credit and just say what you're saying if you feel that you want to chime in. Let me also authenticate one more item, which will probably probably throw everything fucking out. And of course, as I sneezed, all of the numbers changed. Oh, that was great. I am fighting an uphill battle today. Has anybody ever needed? Okay, well, that was my cue not to say Jesus. Damn. All right. So what we have today, ladies and gentlemen, is a social commentary. How did the cat live on stream? Cats felt the need to say, "Let me in," and this is an adult stream for a few reasons. They're in class. They're not able to be in these and all. They're feeling a little left out. That's okay. I'm sorry, cat. But so what's going on is a VTuber found this video, and then I found it too. And because we found it, we're gonna go through and we're going to see what they had to say, and we're gonna say it as well. Well, I don't know how to talk. I don't know if that's even the proper wordage. We're going to criticize the video. This is so for Twitches. My brain's not braining today. Okay, for legal and copyright purposes, this is a video commentary on Christine Grace Smith's video. They're using footage themselves for the use of education, and we are using it for the use of education and public commentary and even news because this may be news to people. But this is a social science kind of thing, and our commentary is based in education and public scrutiny, not of Christine themselves, but of the entire situation. So please do not demonetize or copyright protect this. I am giving her full credit. If you like her videos or want to see more, her name is Christine Grace Smith, and she is doing a video called I Discovered Why Men Prefer to Be Single in 2026. I heard a bit of it while I was at work, and I thought, we should talk about this. So that's what we're going to do today on this channel. We're going to talk about this. We don't usually do discussions. Most of my discussions are sleep streams. I have Zoxy over here. I have Zoxy quietly over here, just moderating, and I have Shira with us as well as Foxy. uh, the girlfriend, and it appears we have one more person. I'm not sure if they're interested in being a part of this or not because I haven't heard anything from them. But welcome to the stream. I hear you, but it is super quiet. I'm not sure why. Let me bring up the volume of everything for Discord because there may be a Discord related issue. Because if you were talking on purpose, I did. Oh, that's pretty low. That's pretty low. All right, say something.
Hello?
Oh, okay. Yep, we heard you. That was on my end. I turned
Okay.
everything. I turned every. Okay. My brain is not braining today. I have a brain issue today. It's a very, very big, round, soft brain issue.
Understandable.
So, I don't know if stream can see it. It looks
I
like it should.
can.
Okay, and then there is like a time delay between what's on Twitch itself and what y'all are seeing through Discord that the quality could be different. So if there's a misunderstanding or question, feel free to ask. Shira is French. If there is a question about what's being said, feel free to ask. Uh, we're gonna have fun with this one. I'm not saying we're gonna chew it alive, and I'm not saying that we're gonna laugh at it, but this is quite the social commentary. So let's give her a minute to talk, and we'll see what she has to say, and see what we can talk about here. Because we don't really do any talking shows, and I had said we were gonna do podcasts, so like this is a good way to get us started. Although I do intend that the rest of them moving forward be in VR, where my eyes can be very, very focused on VR. Um, anyway, so this is the Maxwell girl, or what did I call her name? This is Christine Grace Smith on why men prefer to be single in 2026. Playing it now.
Hey, it's Christine Grace. Welcome back to my channel. Today is another reaction video. Like the video on your way in. Let's get straight into it.
What's the biggest difference between men in their 20s and 30s? Men in their 20s still want to find the one. They're still talking to them, spending energy, time. Men in their 30s just want to be left alone by the one.
Yeah, and eventually all of them will feel like that. Probably.
Actually, no. The men stop dating because girls like you aren't loyal anymore, and they start to realize they're wasting their time trying to make relationships work with girls that ultimately didn't care about them. And now it's ruined everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Out here, we just don't give a anymore because some lady just whack as facts. It's so
Yeah, there will always be some woman that will just, you know, give it up very easily, and that same woman will, if she's done it for you, she'll probably do it for someone else. Like, honestly, if I was a man, I'd be like, why would I bother stressing over anything? Women are gonna come and go. You know, there'll be someone who's gonna sleep with me, and even if I do find someone who, you know, is gonna stick around for a while, like, she's probably not gonna stick around for that long. She's probably gonna cause me problems, and my life's probably peaceful without her. This is the problem we've created.
I already feel like I need to comment. Like everyone in my Discord here seems to be muted. I don't know if they're screaming at the YouTube or what, but if you're watching this stream, you've probably already dropped your jaw because she said if they'll sleep with one person, they'll probably sleep with another. I think she just said easy women can't love. We're not gonna pick that apart because you know we do the poly thing here, and we're really really good at being communicative and honest and forthright. Um, you know, I'm not sleeping with everyone, but I do have 19 pets that get love and attention and finances. And then, you know, I have my girlfriend here and so the biggest thing is we're not going to go into that meatball salad of what she just said. But the statement that the girl on my right just said, uh, that the guys want to be left alone by the one. I don't think that's it either. I think the guy in this video is being honest, and the two women here don't get it. When every woman you meet online has an OnlyFans, and they won't talk to you unless you've spent money, you don't want to talk to them. Because it's like, oh, this is my introduction to them is spending money. Do I really want a daily subscription to spending this much money just to speak to them? Do I? It, marriage would be more expensive, right? Because like
Also,
I
yeah.
think like
Also, I feel men are afraid of being hurt.
yeah,
Or
yeah. I mean, because it happens and it happens brutally. Um,
Mhm.
I would say though that like just right out of the bat, this guy in this footage is he is like full defense mode. He seems so hurt, like he just wants them away from him, and he's making sure they know why. Like, I get it. He's hurt. Like Fade said, he's hurt. Um, but it's hard, and I'm gonna assume they have more footage talking about more because this is actually a 27-minute long video, and I assume she's not doing a lot of the talking. So let's give everyone a chance to keep talking. Shira and Fade are communicating. That's adorable. All right, so I assume Shira doesn't have any questions at the moment. Vixen, if you are talking, you are horribly muted. Oh, oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Here you go. I had you muted, and your sound was down. Oh my god, I am so sorry.
Wow.
You're fine.
Wow.
You're fine.
I mean, she lives
But
with me
what
though, so
I was going what I was going to say about it is most women nowadays only think about finances and stuff like that and the finer things in life. They don't never think about like love anymore. It is
right.
not fair to men.
I can agree with that. As a person who is attempting to finance multiple women and femboys and others, I don't know how broad a soup I can give there. I can say that growing up, I've seen the world change. And I'm giving to y'all because y'all have never asked for anything. But there are people that have asked, and those are the first people I cut off because like we know why they're asking. We have so many not games in common. Well, Fade and Shira is having a funny conversation. All right, let's give this guy a
Well,
chance. I think he's still talking, so let's see what he has to say while they're talking.
Pointing when we just want the bare.
Okay,
Find someone who,
here we
you
go.
know, is going to stick around for a while. Like, she's probably not going to stick around for that long. She's probably going to cause me problems, and my life's probably peaceful without her. This is the problem we've created.
So disappointing when we just want the bare minimum, but their minimum, they keep moving the goalposts. Is the bare minimum?
Keep moving the goalpost.
Well, she's talking. I guess I should let her talk. I don't want to be interrupting the
Exactly.
woman.
It's always the problem in a relationship. If someone is never satisfied, you know, if someone says at the beginning of a relationship, oh yeah, this is what I want, and, you know, I want to achieve this goal, but then they can never get there. You know, you do everything that should meet that criteria, and then they move the goalpost. Oh, now we're going to have to do this. And then you do that, and then it's like they keep doing it. And even when they can't come up with anything anymore, you know, she'll say, oh, but now we need to wait a bit more time. We need to wait a bit more time.
Okay, so now I guess we're stuck in an advertisement because, like I said, this is just her full video here. So he's saying that they're moving the goalpost. The guy has a bare minimum, and the women keep pushing it. I don't know that that's completely fair. There are guys that want success. I want success. I want to be able to take out a loan. It would require a great amount of money already, but I would want to be able to take out a loan and get a 60 or 70 room house with an indoor outdoor pool and a jacuzzi and a nice like car garage thing, and all of my pets would have a room. They don't have to ever use it, but it would be there. They show up in my property, here's a key card. Welcome home. Your room is over there. You'll find the pool there. There's plenty of food in the refrigerator. That takes me moving up in the world. Right now, I have been through 30 something cars in, let's say, 4 years. I had to get a dealer's license at one point just to buy another car to keep driving to work because everything I kept buying kept being so hard to fucking fix that actual automotive mechanics are struggling. Like every car I have bought has made automotive technicians go, I don't know, it's between the front bumper and the back bumper. So it's not really that the goalpost is moving, but it's probably because the goalposts aren't the same. Anyone really have a? I mean, Fade's pretty talkative. What's your opinion on that? As someone who could probably just do without women in general.
Uh, I don't know what to say on the matter.
About them moving the goalposts.
The goalposts.
Yeah, goals like what do you want out of life? Well, I want 2 kids, a dog, a golden retriever, maybe, and a picket fence and a house. That used to be the American dream, but
Mhm. Well, I've been doing research about the American dream and stuff in my classes.
oh,
And honestly, with how everything is right now, the American dream really it's a dream.
it is a dream.
Uh, my personal dream is just to live comfortably and be able to survive. That's basically the lowest expectations I have personally. But yeah, American dream is very hard to achieve, and most of the time it's not even possible to achieve.
Well, I have nothing I can add to that because that is a very blatantly true statement. It's a dream. It's hard to get.
Mhm.
Sometimes immigrants come over here and they achieve the American dream. Sometimes you're born here and you have been born so low and have so many struggles, you can't get there. But not everyone wants the American dream. And if you talk to the average woman, the guy has to be 6'2" at least, tall, dark, and handsome, of which I am neither, and then have 100,000 a year income, of which I do sometimes scrape by the skin of my teeth, and then they want them to be available to go out and party, to be a full-time parent, and blah 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 blah. And you can't do both. If you have a good job that pays you a lot of money, you're going to spend a lot of time on it. If you have a job that pays you a lot of money and you don't spend much time on it, you're gonna really hate your job. If you have a job that you really, really hate and you don't make a lot of money, it's not a very good job. It's the three factors are you happy with your job? Is it a good job? And then how much does a job pay? And then how much time does it take? You're only ever going to get 2 of those. But
Hmm.
why don't we get the opinion of a woman herself talking about the bare minimums? How do you feel about what he just said?
Well, whenever I hear bare minimum, whenever it comes to monogamous people, um, I think of like loyal, someone who doesn't ask for much. It, I just women nowadays pushing that back a little bit, and there's a lot just going on with everything. And what I mean by that is women who are like get like mad at men for doing stuff it's like calling the kettle black type stuff.
No doubt.
So women or some monogamous women are out there like sleeping with other men while their man is out hard working and paying for stuff their way in the world, and it's just not fair to the monogamous people. But it also goes the opposite way too. But mostly, I see a lot of women out there pushing that.
There was, to the credit of what you're saying, there was a guy. I knew him from a Reddit post. Fade may want to hear this one because I mean it doesn't have to be women, but it was. This guy was a guy, so he never really got gifts. He never really got presents. He worked hard at his job. He was ugly and proud. So, like, he did back-breaking hard work and he earned his money and he brought it home and he took care of his wife, whom he had taken care of her entire relationship with him 3 years. And so my understanding is she gave him a gift one day. She went out of her way and found cologne and gifted to him. And he was so happy to have a gift from his wife.
Oh,
He had
I heard about
never
this.
had,
I heard about
right?
this.
Right? Like, it's heartbreaking. He, so
Yeah.
Vixen, if you haven't heard this, like, because it was on Reddit, I was communicating in this Reddit post. The guy was so happy. He was wearing it every day. He was wearing it to work. He was wearing it home. He was taking his showers. He was shaving and putting it right back on for her. And then he accidentally sees her messages when she puts her phone down one night. Hey, yeah,
By the way, I'll
babe.
be right back.
Yeah, babe. I got him the same cologne that you're wearing so that I can smell you even here at home.
Oh no.
It's okay, Fade. We'll be here though.
That is heartbreaking.
She had only gave this man a gift for her own selfish reasons.
Well, for me, whenever I give a gift, I give it out of like care and stuff. And just hearing that, it makes me upset.
Right? Like, I'm not judging people who do or don't give gifts with this, because like sometimes things are hard, and sometimes couples give their bodies to each other. But he had never gotten a gift. He had slaved for this woman. He did hard manual labor to provide for her. And then he finds out that the one gift he'd ever received from her wasn't even for him. It was to get the oven hot so that the next guy can waltz in while he's at work. He couldn't even feel special once.
I'm pretty sure they actually bring it up in this video, if I'm correct.
You seen this video?
Just a little bit of it.
Huh.
But yeah.
Okay, well, We'll hit the start button and we'll see what goes on. But it's a heartbreaking story. I followed it on Reddit. They ended up getting a divorce, and she took almost everything in the divorce. Here we go.
Mm.
You see what I mean? Like the dude was like,
Okay, let's back this up. So he's
they
talking.
can't come up with anything anymore. You know, she'll say, "Oh, but now we need to wait a bit more time. We need to wait a bit more time."
But
You see what I mean? Like the dude was literally just talking, and the women just get involved and like bite his head off.
let's go at it. Let's go at it.
The women keep moving the goalposts, all right? I personally will wine, dine, and I'll fly you out. But my situation is now is that even doing that, the girl goes, oh, it's not good enough because I have several other men doing the same thing.
True.
So how do you up them when I get flown tomorrow?
Holy fuck. Okay, so Vixen, did I fly you out?
Oh no.
Now Shira, the plan was to fly Shira out. But we're talking $80,000-$90,000 being involved and wrapped into things. And the plan didn't go through, and things happen and plans change, and that's okay. This guy is outwardly saying that he will fly people out for his dates. Not even a relationship, for the date. And then they're going, well, other guys do this too. How are you supposed to top this? He's wondering how he's supposed to top doing things financially for these women. Like, that is the first flag right there. And I'm sure there's a woman somewhere screaming, yeah, it's his red flag. He thinks he has to spend money. He thinks he has to spend money because they've made it very fucking clear that he does. I don't know if Fade is here. I don't know if he's back yet.
I am.
Yeah? Okay. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know how open you want to be on Twitch, but, like, where do you think women stand on money? What is your opinion as a fresh, slightly younger person than me? You're 18 plus, but what has that shown you in your lifetime?
Well, honestly, in my personal opinion, if you're gonna try and start a relationship or if you're going on a date, you should meet each other halfway. So, like, I don't know how to explain it, but
Well, 50-50 is great. I like it when a woman pays for her own meal. If I'm just now getting to know her and she's gonna steal my fries anyway and then laugh about it, and then get an emergency phone call halfway through the meal and go, "Up, this is an emergency," and leave. I've seen this my entire fucking life. It hasn't always happened to me, but we all know the plan, ladies. We all know that emergency phone call that y'all set up just in case the man is a creep or he's boring, and you get the phone call and you choose to answer it if you want your way out, and you ignore it because you like the day. Like, don't even pretend that doesn't happen. And Fade's right. Fade is right. Whether it's flying someone out or anything else, if it's a date. Sorry, choking on a burger. If it is a date and you don't know these people, they're going to have fun. You're going to have fun. And you're casually learning in the process. So, I don't know about everyone, but I know very specifically. I would like to get to know someone without the idea of, here's my money.
Yeah.
And
Same.
like, Fade's just getting started as a young adult. I'm I've been beaten down by reality very aggressively. And so it's like, even if I'm hot, I don't get to communicate with women because I'm not rich. Like, a lot of the women out there are just like, if you don't cash at me money, I'm not gonna check your DMs. These women are like, oh, it's a man. There's like billions of those. What can this one do?
Uh, uh,
I've been very lucky. Let me say this from the bottom of my heart because I feel like I'm digging myself a hole here. The women and the femboys that I know, my sweet pets, this family that I've surrounded myself with, are with people that would never ask a dollar from me. And Shira and Vixen, Fade here, even the others, none of them have genuinely like came out and said, "Hey, can I please get this much money?" These are good people, but I surround myself with them because the whole world is fucking toxic. It's like everyone wants to see titties and no one wants a man. A man can die in the street, be hit by a car, and like the night that I was hit by a car, I was out there for 5.5 hours. No one gave a fuck. I
mm.
I think Luna was about to say something. I don't know if she was gonna jump on me for talking about women. You have the floor.
I wasn't about to jump on you. um, well, with the whole concept of women getting this big idea that all men can do, like, is the same thing. My opinion on this is just don't date women.
I mean, that's what I'm getting from it. And yet the video is that they're surprised we're not dating them.
Why be surprised? I mean, women are like, ooh, money.
I mean, they all want
Honestly,
to find.
why?
Hmm?
Honestly, why I'm bisexual because it takes the right girl for me to date a girl.
Well, I mean, so there are guys that are straight, and it's like it's tits or nothing.
Mhm.
It's like the Nerf or nothing crowd, but they have airsoft, and they're like, this hurts. I'm not playing this."
Mhm.
So instead of playing a gun game at all, they're sitting on the couch. I don't know, jorking it or something because they're not
Mhm.
playing their Nerf. They don't have their Nerf guns. It's for the straight people. It's a drought. The
Yeah.
gay
And
guys, it's kind of okay, and I think lesbians are feeling this because I've seen lesbians complain that like other women expect them to pay, and it's like, well, why do I have to pay? I'm also a woman.
Yeah.
mm,
At that point, it could just be half and half. But with most dates, if like a woman has a job and the man doesn't offer to pay for the woman, a woman should pay for herself.
mhm. Yeah.
I could agree
And
with that.
honestly, why I mhm. And kind of a tangent, but honestly, why I basically turned to bisexual was because when I was growing up in high school, I just saw everything around how all the people around me were being treated, and it was not the greatest. Uh, from women treating men in my high school and when they were dating people. Um, it was something I was not interested in, and that's why I never really dated in high school because it was just, yeah.
Now, Now, do you mind? I'm the dominant main center point of my Twitch. So I
Yeah.
want to run
Yeah.
some interference for Fade real quick because I know how some
Mhm.
women might be. Fade said he saw this. Okay, he's not making it up because he couldn't get a woman. He went and found elsewhere. Okay, he's saying he physically saw this behavior and he didn't like it. And he said, "Well, I've got options." Like a lot of the straight guys can't do that, but he's not being. He's just jealous because we weren't giving him attention. It's not jealousy, but that is exactly the point, ladies. The women farm the men for whatever attention, money, time, and fun they want. And then, oh, here's a new shiny penny. I'm going to this guy now. And like we've seen a
And that was
rise.
exactly what happened in my high school.
Yeah, right? I mean, because I saw it in high school. I saw it in middle school and college. I mean,
Mhm.
I've said over and over that I graduated at 16 and I was out on my own at 16, and
Mhm.
I had to do a lot of watching the other adults because everyone kept telling me I was an adult. Everyone kept demanding to see my papers. I was trying my damnedest to do what the adults do and say what the adults say. And as a 16-year-old who's been told, congratulations, you're an adult, it is really hard to find a 19-year-old lady who wants to sleep with you.
Mm.
um, so I was out there, I was pushing it. I'm like, I'm an adult now. Why don't you hook up with me? And they're like, you're 16. I can't do that. Um, and so I learned a lot of things growing up. But a big one was there's thousands of men for each one woman. All of the women are pretty, and all of the men are ugly. We're all trash cans, and y'all are cornets, And the women don't want to ride the trash can. They'd rather ride another Corvette. So, what does this trash can benefit me? How much money is there inside this trash can? How exciting can this trash can be? They've been taught their entire lives, I'm going to be treated like a princess. They've never been told, this is how you treat a man. They don't know how, when you come home from work, give the man a back massage. They don't know, hey, honey, welcome home. They don't know, I'm so proud of you for going to work every day. Thank you for doing that. And if they have to get a job themselves, oh, he's a broke bitch. But then if they get a job on their own, I'm a strong, independent woman. And if he says we got to split the rent, who does he think he is? And so she leaves. So now she's paying rent anyway. She's paying rent anyway, y'all. And she still ain't happy. But she could have had the good guy too. He just needed a little help.
Yeah.
Soxy looks sleepy over there.
I mean, 100%. Like, if a woman has a job, I would think, like, yeah, you could help the man with the rent, no matter if he asks or if he doesn't.
True.
Because technically, it'd be a little bit more money in both pockets. So, like, technically, anything like the man needs or the woman needs, not wants, needs, can be accounted for.
We are all human. You make a great point.
Mhm.
Now, I mean, I'll say this. Someone might say, well, Spades, you have blatantly expressed that you're not monogamous. What's the deal with when you come home? Do you just have like this 19 femboys and women just swarm you like a bunch of fucking turtle doves on Harry from Home Alone 2 Lost in New York? No. No, I don't get that many massages and foot massages and stuff. That'd be utterly ridiculous. I'd like to try it once just to see how weird it feels, but no, that would be utterly ridiculous. Um, Not that it's anyone's business. I'm throwing it out there anyway to make this a little bit more easy to understand that I'm giving this a monogamous point of view because I used to be monogamous. Um, but Vixen does work around the house that takes load off of me. I work 12-hour days. I work in 2,000 degrees. Okay? I'm not at work polishing my nails at Sephora trying to get some teenager to buy makeup in a 4-hour work shift. And then I go home for 16 goddamn hours and don't do anything. All right? I am literally destroying my body. And if I wasn't who I was, there's lots of people who can't do what I'm doing. But I do it and I bring home money. And then she's being very thankful. I've not told her she had to do anything, but she wants to take out the trash. She wants to do the dishes. She wants to dump the ice and the ice maker and take, the metal trash out separately and all of these little things. And she does a great job. And that is something that the monogamous people like the trad wives, they like that kind of thing and guys appreciate that kind of thing. Um Now being poly, if everyone was living here, like if there was 3 people living here, it didn't matter if it's guys or gals, I would think that the harder the person works physically at work and bring home more money, the less their chores. So I would think like if there's another guy involved and he's like working part-time at Target, maybe he cuts the grass because it's enough grass out there. It takes 2 days to push mow our yard. I know because I've done it all of last year. I did it all of the year before. I paid people $75 to come cut the grass once or twice a month so that when I do cut the grass, it doesn't take longer than the 2 days I have off. I get up in the morning, the sun's coming up, I'm cutting the grass, the sun's gone down, and I have to get up tomorrow to finish cutting it. It's a lot of grass. And when you're working like I do, there goes your only time off. You didn't get any laundry done. You didn't get any dishes done. You only did grass. So like, of course the other guy could do that. It it helps. It's you love them and you don't want them to kill themselves. Like physically with work. I'm not sure if that worked.
Well,
Supposedly in Minecraft.
well, with everything that you do at work and what you do at home too, I already know you stress. So I try to take some stuff off you and not leave that to you because I don't feel that would be fair. Because I'm always at home and I'm just sitting around and stuff like that, and I'm really doing nothing.
Well, for the record, I'm not calling you out. I do appreciate what you do though, and I think it takes a good mindset in a woman to know that those things need to be done, and if you don't do it, then the guy that's already exhausted has to.
Yeah.
I'm
I
assuming
don't
a
want
lot
you
of
to
this
overwork
video is
yourself.
sorry.
I don't want you to overwork yourself.
Thank you. I'm assuming a lot of the women in this video may show some ignorance that they don't really give a damn. I'll give them a chance to talk for themselves because we've had a bit of a back and forth here, but I figured I would open up what the difference is between like a monogamous and a poly, because some people are just like, oh, polys are just a bunch of people fucking each other. No, 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 no. It's not that. It's not that simple. It's not a bunch of single folk having fun with like a bromance. Although that can happen. I'm sure there's 2 or 3 or 4 guys that are gay
Mm,
and doing very, very gay bedroom things together, and then just very casually living life, but that's not what poly is when done properly. And so, like, you I can't say it's just women because in a poly where I'm gynosexual, uh, the other men may not make as much, and they should be as kind as you are. Instead of we have one guy sits on his ass and never does anything, and we have this one woman busting hers too. But let's see what else they have to say here. Uh, okay,
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Honestly, like,
that's crazy.
you know, women have set the standard, but like, dudes, which one of you are flying these women out? Like, what are you doing? Why? Not being funny, but if I was dating someone and they were saying, we're getting to know each other, and they were like, oh, I'm going on holiday, you should come with me. Like, if I wanted to go, I'd be paying for my own ticket and I'd be staying somewhere else. Like, craziness.
Hold on.
You say girls ask for too much.
Hold up. I will only invest so much if it's not reciprocated. Even if I'm
As you should. And if it was a woman saying that, the women around her would be going. So it's just a double standard, as always.
even spending the money, right? If she's not reciprocated, then what the spending the money just to try and get you?
And why is no one agreeing with him? Because you like her. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you absolutely kidding me?
what?
I could have a car that's 30 years old that brings no value to my life. I can't even move it, and I've tried fixing it a million times. But it's too old. It's done. The car's done. What, I'm supposed to just keep investing money in it in the hope that it eventually turns back on and starts working like a brand new car again because, oh, I like it? Please.
This is the evil world we live in. She said, why are you so scared of marriage? He said, here's why. A woman I was dating bought me a cologne, which made me extremely happy because she rarely bought me gifts. One day I looked at her phone and found a text she had sent. She said, I bought him the same cologne as yours so I can smell you in my house.
And this is the part that we were talking about.
No.
Yeah, I knew they'd mention it.
Okay. So yeah, they apparently had photos that I didn't have before. Here's why. A woman I was dating bought me a cologne which made me extremely happy because she rarely gave me gifts. One day, I looked at her phone and found a text she sent. I bought him cologne, the same as the one that you smell. Guys, I don't even want to finish that again. I'm assuming it's just the one guy. This can't be something that's happening multiple times all over the place just with cologne. Could it? I mean, it could, but could it?
Um. uh.
Maybe this wasn't enough for us to conversate on because I had already
Well,
mentioned it, but it's
Mhm.
right there though. Like this is an actual genuine text. This wasn't a full story like I had on Reddit. Maybe it's two different ones, but like I know women
well,
like
Wild.
cologne.
there is
Mhm.
one thing that I kind of wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah, the sentence that was said before this, because you like her. Excuse me? Like, women think just because you like her, like, you have to pay for literally everything she does. And that's sort of the wrong idea that women are getting.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no doubt.
And I hate that for the men that have to deal with it.
Mhm. Yeah, and I here's another take on this is the guy that that woman is talking to. Why is he not thinking about if she's willing to cheat on this guy that she's been with for a while now? What does that say when someone else comes along on that guy's end? Whenever those two maybe break up and that the woman goes to that other guy that she's talking to there.
Well,
Like,
I think what you're describing is the trading in effect. And there's
mhm,
even like a joke version where women are like going to a it's a plot and a play, but they have like these guys, they're playing the roles of like store people, and this lady is bringing in her husband to trade him in for a new model.
mhm,
And
yeah.
so like these women in the dating scene now, it's dating. They can fuck, it's just dating. They're trying to find the one they want. Um it's just a meal, it's just dating. They're trying to find the guy who can take them to the nicest restaurants. Um it's flirting, it's just dating. We're trying to find the one who opens the doors for me, treats me like a princess. And then it's like, well, this guy drove me to the restaurant and it was, oh my god, it was Olive Garden. Girl, it was Olive Garden. Oh, those breadsticks. Next week it's, well, this guy's doing Texas Steakhouse and he drives a Corvette. I felt rich in that Corvette. And I got the 20-ounce steak. And he opened my door. And then next month it's like, well, all of these guys are taking me to Olive Garden, Texas Roadhouse, but Steve, he offered me that one Japanese steakhouse 2 hours away. The fucking meals start at $60. Like, oh my god, I felt like a real princess. And then next month it's like, yeah, it's cool, but Jamal got the most biggest dick. And also he can afford the
Oh.
same steakhouse. It's not, this guy makes me feel good. Maybe not even sexually. It's not when I'm around him I'm happy anymore.
Mhm,
It's, can he make me happy? Okay, how much happier can I be made? And it's a comparison game where you have these people that are constantly driving a vehicle and they go back to the dealership and go, all right, now let me get the newer one. Let me get the one with the more horsepower. Now I want it to be
mhm,
red as well, and I want glowing interior. Okay, now let's delete the rear seat. I want one that only has the two seats, and that back seat. That back seat is a wall of speakers. Okay, now let's get it lowered. And I want to go up from a V6 to a V8. and I want to go up from a V8 to a V12. And you know what? I want a super car that is capable of competing with that French race. I would be begging Shira to help me out here, but I know she doesn't do cars. I'm I can't. I'm thinking Tour de France, but that's not it. It's the supercar race. And Fade is too young to know what I'm talking about because he's not a gearhead.
I have no idea.
Well, there's a
I'm not
supercar
a gearhead.
rally, and these supercars look like go-karts, but on massive steroids. Formula One? Is it Formula One?
Yeah, Formula One, I think.
Yeah, maybe
That sounds
Formula One.
that sounds like
Yeah, so like these women are treating men like Formula One cars. They've rode this model, the model that makes $60,000 a year. They've rode that model, the model with the 10-inch dick. They rode this model, the one that will actually open the door for them and has an okay dick and makes good money. But that guy dresses like he has a lot more money. And it's a cash game. And like once you've done left the guy that was good and you've gone up, if you find out that this guy smiles but he's growling, and this guy opens your door but he's gripping you a little too hard, when you find that he's paying for your meals but he's telling you what you can buy, when you find that he's willing to give you money to go out with but you better not be with other guys, when you've decided he's controlling and he's an asshole and he's a douche, the good guy you left don't fucking want you anymore. You treated him like an object. in case Twitch followers that happen to be women are genuinely perplexed, that's what's happened.
Yeah.
I feel like Shira and Vixen here and Zoxy by proxy. Not because they're all women or anything. Zoxy is a man, but I feel like they're not as vocal here as I am. And Fate has spoken. Can all agree with me though that like, let's say it was me and Fate. Let's say Fate and me are good buds and we live next door to each other, and we both have a wife with A-cup breasts, and it's the standard dumb blonde white girl. And we're
I have
talking
no
to each
idea what
other.
numbers are.
Tiny. I have those. Well, actually, mine are probably slightly bigger. And so I'm talking to you, and you're talking to me, and we're just like, I'm like, Francine from the grocery store. She's got some big titties, and you're just like, oh, I like big titties, but my wife Maxine, she don't have big titties. I kind of want Francine, and I'm like, well, Francine got a sister too. They twins. You get one, I get the other, and we're operating under this idea that we're monogamous, right? So, in order to even try these women, we have to leave the other ones. In a monogamous situation, we would be cheating unless we left. So, either way, the women we have would get hurt. But we're saying, you know what? We're going to try some bigger titties. And now we got Francine and her sister Josephina, and they both got like some C cup titties, and maybe they kind of like short with a big round ass. And we're thinking, these girls are nice. And then Fade here, he came home from work. He said, "Damn, they just hired these two hot girls. Like they got the C cup titties and the round ass, but like they're Latino or something. And so they got that complexion, like they come from those islands." And so then we leave these two. Women would be on fire if we were treating women like this right now. We would be sexist. We would be bigamist. We would be egotist. We would be manipulative, lying, cheating, abusive, manipulative. But the women are doing it. And it's called self empowerment. This is what I see. I think I'll hit this and see where they're gonna go with this. I don't know how much they're gonna talk about. She looks like she's about to sneeze. Yeah, she got her head down. Let's go from here. Oh shit. Okay.
What the?
I fucked up again.
In my house.
My reaction.
Honestly, same. And I have the long hair for it.
I hate this planet.
You know how much pain in your chest that is, dog? What the?
It's just disgusting.
How many guys do you think you could pull in the club if you're like really trying?
None.
If you were trying, it was like a challenge that
6.
6. Okay, one night 6. Oh, yeah, that's respectable. Get a guy's number right now.
Oh no.
I'm gonna give you a prize.
Hey,
Right,
what's the
come on,
prize?
let's go.
What's the prize?
You're gonna find out if you get the number.
Right,
Okay.
come on then.
Wait, what happened?
No, I didn't even answer. You just left away. What if I find someone else to do it for, and I can watch you do it?
Alright, now we're filming on the meadows for the video. You know that already.
Yeah.
And now, yeah, any guy. Or genuinely, ask the other guy.
Can I get your number?
Why?
Because why not?
Well, a serial just book us a guy and ask the who.
Yeah, you do. That's what you do. Work day.
Yeah, man.
Because why not?
Because maybe she thinks you're attractive and cute.
Yeah.
No, sorry. That's a very weird reason.
What the hell?
It's obvious what you're doing. Like, you're doing it for the camera. You're not actually interested. And this man isn't going to be a pawn in your game. Respect to him.
When did like going to the bar become like such a bad thing? I thought like being social
Since it was a place to consume something that's bad for your body.
and like going out with your friends was supposed to be healthy, and now it's like looked down upon. Just because I want to get a drink and hang out with friends and meet new people does not mean that I'm like low value or passed around. I'm also in my 20s. What else is there to do? Like, this is like a very normal thing.
Go for a walk, go for a coffee, do some painting, create something, learn an instrument, read, go to a spa, go to yoga, do some exercise, go to the gym, go to the beach, climb a mountain.
Okay, I have to stop her right there. If I had to choose between going to a bar and climbing a mountain, I used to do mountain biking and I stopped relatively recently. So like I'm 32. I stopped at 30 because I didn't have the time, the money, and the vehicle. Um a lot of what she's listed isn't things that you do socially. When I'm flying down the side of a mountain between 30 and 60 miles an hour on a bicycle, I do not want my buddies inches from my shoulders. Get the fuck away from me. We about to die, bro. Um the argument here is getting lost in the sauce. The girl is saying she's not low value for having a drink and wanting to meet new people. This girl is like, you don't have to be a hoe, you can climb a mountain. And these are both like monogamous thinking people doing very opposite things. She's worried about being low value, as if that's even the point. She's missing it entirely. Speaking as a polyamorous person, you're allowed to fuck people. You're human. But okay, let's reel it back in. She's monogamous, but she hasn't found anyone. It's again, it's not the sex. You're not having sex at the bar. You're not getting bent over staring at the fucking bartender. The problem is, are you ready for this? She said meet new people and get drinks. Who buys the drinks on ladies' night? Men. Who buys the drinks any other night? Men. Who introduces themselves first, typically by offering them a drink? Men. Who can go to a bar and drink all night for free because people want her attention? Women. She doesn't think there's a problem with going to a club and having a great night. And at first glance, there's not. She's not spending much money. She looks pretty. She feels beautiful and validated. But let's be very honest. Every guy that was involved in this had to spend money. Kind of like the OnlyFans shit now. You see people on Twitch or Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or HoloLive or any other anything, and it turns out to be a woman. A whole bunch of the time they have an OnlyFans or a different one, and they will not answer your messages. They're not interested in getting to know you or who you are. If you're not paying them, you're not worth their attention. She's like, it's not cutting my value. Yeah, that's exactly. She's worried about the money. She's worried about value. Her value. Even though she's talking about sexual numbers, it's value. I'm worth something. Plot twist. Fade, are you worth something?
I hope so.
You heard it here first, folks. So, to answer that question, you are worth something. But men, Zoxy included, don't feel worth anything. And when we're telling ourselves we are, we're hoping. Male unalive rates are so high because we're being told if we don't have the money to get the person we're attracted to, we don't deserve love at all. Let's let her talk though. They're both doing a great job of completely missing the point. So let's let them talk.
Go to a show, go to the theater. The list goes on.
And also, if you're not talking to any girls at the bar, where are you talking to girls? I would love to hear it.
They're not.
I'm actually I'm gonna let Vixen chime in here because I know she didn't say anything on the second half. Now she's being sarcastic. Going, well, if you're not talking at the bars, where are you talking to us?
Maybe on like social media apps or on like a little date, like a little restaurant or some shit, or just in general, just at a park. You can talk to men or women anywhere. It doesn't just have to be at a bar.
Very true.
I mean, for me, I don't drink and I don't plan to drink. But if I ever did, my dates would not be at the bar.
Agreed.
Right. Now I'm walking into an extremely sensitive topic. But there's a lot of guys, maybe they're straight, maybe they're gay, maybe they're bigot, maybe they're not. I'm gonna keep a very vague
Let's
mind here, but I am
bigot.
walking on. So a bigoted person is like someone who doesn't like LGBTQ, or they think they're
Oh,
better than other people,
I
or they're
see.
supremacist, or what something along the lines of a hateful person that thinks they're better than others. Um, but I'm keeping it vague because I really don't know. This is not a topic that I dive into constantly, and it makes me uncomfortable because it's not my cup of tea. Right? Like the few people that know me here are the ones in the call with me. But like we have transgender people in our group. Trans men get a lot of hate because men who have been men, I've heard them say it, and I mean like I don't know what I'm supposed to say to it. But they go, "Why would someone choose to be a man? We're always blamed for everything. We have to do everything. We're always blamed for everything. I would never choose to be a man." And the only thing I can really say in retaliation to that, because I have to defend the trans men. I have a great place of love for anyone. I don't care how you define the words. I don't care what your orientation is or what's between your legs. People aren't choosing to be trans. Most of the time, they're not. That said, that said, trying to step out of the minefield as carefully as I can. That statement is still realistic. Why would someone choose this? If I could wear a camouflage and not be treated like shit, why wouldn't I? You know? Like if people could throw money at me and treat me like I'm a princess, would I take it? And I'm dominant. I am a very dominant person. But if someone offered me $5,000 because I'm pretty, I'd take it with a smile. I'm not gonna lie. I could help all of y'all out so much just by doing that once. Like I could put that money in the bank account, let it curl for a couple of years. Everyone's getting a nice birthday gift for a while. Um, and I mean that's the statement. Why would someone choose? That's a statement made out of ignorance. But it's based in, I don't like this. Why would anyone want this? Why would someone want to be blamed for everything? Why would someone want to be the monster? Men are the monsters. These women chose the bear. They cross the streets when we're walking down the street at night. They don't trust us. They have these emergency phone calls for their dates. When they go out in public, they're in herds of 6 and 8 and 10 and 12. And if a guy has ever broken up with you because he's not happy, he is an asshole. But if you leave a guy, you get it, girl. Find your happiness. How dare we? How dare we want to be happy?
Well, for my opinion, I feel women and men can both be happy in a relationship, but I hate that women think of like it only matters if I'm happy. I've had a lot of relationships to where the men never acted happy,
The men in your
but
relationships,
never acted happy.
were they ever happy before you met them?
Yes.
Hmm. I wasn't
I
expecting that, but okay.
but for like Women expect happiness for themselves. And it's sad. It really is sad. It's like women have the mindset of like, if I'm happy, it doesn't matter if the man is happy.
Yeah.
I feel bad for men. I really do.
I know I keep talking. I run my mouth a lot, and I'm very sorry. If you don't mind if I interject. So when a woman doesn't want to have sex in a monogamous, closed relationship, and they're married, she is allowed, she is empowered to never give him sex again. Ever. Because she's happy without it. She has changed her mind. She is no longer the same person. She has completely changed. But now they have a family together. And she doesn't mind holding the family together and keeping him hostage. Miserable. And if he goes and gets what he needs for his mental well being, his physical relief, his chemical adjustment, he's a monster. He ruined this family. He's a problem. And then you flip it. Woman left a guy for a younger man. I have to be happy. I have to be true to myself. I have to have my freedom. It's for everyone's best good. The children deserve to see their mother happy. But they don't deserve to see daddy come home with a smile on his face. They do not have to know that his ball sack is empty to know that he's happier. If the man is sitting in his car after work for 45 fucking minutes, just like when he got to work and he's regretting and doesn't want to go inside at work, that man, his personal life is a battleground. You see your neighbor come home from work and just sit in his car, he doesn't want to go in that house. And a man's home used to be his castle, and the woman used to be his queen. But when the queen's trying to behead you, and she's let the dragon loose, I swing for the same team as Fade here. I'd be like, well, you know that knight over there? He's got some pretty long curly hair himself. And quite a fucking tan on that man. He's been out in the sun. Anyway, um, so just for the record, I'm saying this now because I don't entirely know what's wrong, but I know that this is a family. Anyone and everyone that's available that knows Zoxy, please send them some love and encouragement. We're not a church. I'm not going to say pray for anyone, and we're not a cult. But they're down, so just send them some thoughts. Tell them you love them. We are a family here. And I know I've said that live on Twitch, and everyone's like, who the fuck? Don't worry about it. But for me, it's important, and these people here on this call, we're all a family. Well, anyway. So here's the thing. I think. Wait, I'm confused by what Shira just said. Maybe she said she doesn't have enough money for a skin. Oh, okay. She wants you to help her choose. All right, so I'm gonna hit play and try to not think about how she's asking how are we supposed to meet men, and the other girl's like, Do a pottery class. How about this? How about this? How about this? How about when a guy in public is looking at your ass because you're in front of him and wearing the tiniest, tightest pair of pants you could find, you don't get pissed. Say hi. He clearly likes you. You put him on display. Now you have your conversation starter. But let's see what they're going to say from here since they can't figure out where to meet men. Ooh, where to meet these criminals, these the things that are lesser than the bear. Where are we supposed to find these?
They're just not.
Female, honestly,
6 minutes
see
in,
why
that's wild.
dudes be hating us or getting mad. I went on a date last night. He was very nice. Picked me up, took me to dinner, and I made sure we had the best time. The best time of our life. I was nice. Like he would have never been able to think that in my head, I'm just thinking about how this man has never seen me again.
Damn.
So why would you waste his time? Why would you not make that clear on the date?
Can you tell us why are you?
That single one right there needs to be unpacked all on its own. I'm a Sid Fade out here.
Huh?
What the African American lady said.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He said boys are cute. I don't give a fuck, bitch. Okay, Vixen. Did you hear what she said?
No, my volume for my phone's being weird. For the stream, you're louder than the stream is for me.
Yeah, I heard what she said.
Um,
I don't know. I don't understand why she didn't make that clear at the start of the date. Or it's like I am not interested. So, and if so, then just pay for your own bill and stuff. I don't know. I'm not this experienced in this kind of stuff.
I'm gonna play it one more time just in case this is like a big thing. But here we go. I'm to give Vixen another shot at this. I have an opinion, but it seems like mine might be rants.
They're just not.
Female, honestly, I could see why dudes be hating us or getting mad. I went on a date last night. He was very nice. Picked me up, took me to dinner, and I made sure we had the best time. The best time of our life. I was nice. Like he would have never been able to think that in my head, I'm just thinking about how this man has never seen me again.
So why would you waste his time?
Exactly.
Why would you not make that
Why would you
clear on
waste the time?
Right?
Why?
Why? That's
Microsoft Edge is constantly readjusting itself, and I don't know why, and it's making me mad.
Well, to be honest, all like women nowadays, if they go like on a date with a man from a dating app, they just basically grab like a quick bite to eat and then they dip. Which I don't think it's fair at all.
which brings you back to my point, kind of 50-50 if you're going on a date. You pay for your own stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what all she ate, but she had already decided she's not going to see him again, so she could piss him off. She could run him dry. I want the lobster. And right before the end of the date, while the waiter is standing there. By the way, you're cute. Can I get your number? Why would she have to be nice? She's gotten everything she wanted, and she knows she's not going back. Also, Shira, if it was me, I'd get the Luna one, but only because I'm such a fanboy for Luna. The one with the red outfit, I don't know who that is. It is very, very cute, but I don't know. I'm biased. Um,
Oh,
yeah, these women like snake in the grass. The action of doing that is lying. Y'all know where I stand on lying, but she knew what the truth was, and she withheld it. She manipulated her face, her words, and her tone to tell him, I'm having a great time and you're doing good. If he was doing something wrong, she should tell him. Maybe he could do something different.
Well, I 100% honestly. Uh, mm,
So, like, I would love to just tear her apart for that. I would. I mean, men have been manipulative and toxic and abusive.
mhm.
That's things that have happened. I mean, it's happened. But this is the stuff that's starting, and it's starting so heavy. We have generations like Fades, where that's all he saw in high school, and he's just like, you know what? These poor men have really cute dicks.
that's wild.
That's wild. Am I wrong? He didn't say I was wrong. He said I was wild. Let's see what they have to say about these two here.
Can you tell us why are you single?
Why am I single?
Yeah.
Because I think I'm just too bad for everyone. They can't handle it.
They can't handle you?
They can't handle it. It's not a picture. They're recording. Come on.
Nah, come on, get in.
Hey, bro. Hey, are you single, bro?
I'm single.
Why are you single, man?
Why?
Yeah.
Because I choose to be.
He's drunk.
You want me to say it in the mic?
Yeah.
I'm single because I choose to be.
You choose to be.
Oh my goodness.
He's
That's
happy.
like a man who had a good
Bro,
time.
You're happy, aren't you?
Where are the men?
In the house.
He's happy. I think he's a little drunk, but he's happy. He's not sad happy. He's happy happy. Do you
Mhm.
think he could hug that girl that way if he was in a relationship? Just wrap his arms around two strangers and be smiley, happy? Nah. This guy doesn't have the strings that a relationship with someone that was very insecure or controlling. Like, because let's be honest, women aren't worried that the men are gonna find someone else. Women are worried they're not gonna find better, and they're looking for the better. But if the guy does her wrong, she is not gonna take that disrespect. She has been taught her whole life that men are gonna do it, and she knows how to stop it. Okay. Mm. I don't know. I imagine Fade having his first beer and smiling like that too. That's just a fucking light bulb inside that brain. There's no thoughts. Just this is great. I
Puppy
don't
brain.
drink. I don't drink. I've never drunk. I'm not gonna drink. I don't suggest it to anyone. But that guy was happy. He has peace.
He was content with life.
He was very content. Vixen, has any of your exes ever looked that happy?
No.
And this is probably a trigger. I'm not trying to put you in a hot spot here, but have I ever looked that happy? You can be honest.
Well, it depends on the situation.
You can be honest. He probably doesn't have a kid and 19 pets and the kind of bills from creditors that I have. Is I'm balancing actual debt with being nice to people. I'm considering sending Shira money for a skin right now, apparently. So, he's probably not stressed like I am, but I choose to be.
Like I
So.
said, it just depends on the situation.
So I'm never gonna be drunk on TV. So let's say the situation is the most relaxed you've seen me in months. Do I look that happy?
To be honest, no.
He has no rules to play by but his own. Wild animals that are not in cages are just happier. And before we say, "Oh, he said he's not happy because he's in a cage." Yes, I have children. I can't go to jail. I can't deck someone in the face. I can't be violent, and everything I do has to be explained to a baby mama. Because if I don't, oh, there's hell to pay. So I am in a jail. It's not Vixen's fault, but this guy, he's living it. Let's see. Let's go ahead and click forward.
I love us women, but like I'm tired of going to events.
Stay with the girls.
1,001 girls, and there's like 2 men in the corner. Like,
Deal with it.
man, y'all don't want to leave your house.
No. Stay away. Stay away. We are in the house. Gym, home, work, home again. Maybe go to mama house. Maybe go to dad house. That's about it. We in the house. You said leave you alone. You chose the bear.
I mean, he's not wrong. They chose the bear for like what was it?
Yeah.
6 months. It was 6 months of we choose the bear, and now where'd all the men go? Where did all the men go? Are they gone? Why are they gone? 'Cause you fucking told us to. He is right. Him and that pink snuggly thing is so right, and I want to give him a hug, and then I want to blow his fucking back out and make him feel better than he's felt in a year. That poor man.
Wild.
That poor man. He is hurting, and I'm gonna hurt him so much more. Come here, buddy. I'll make it hurt less. I'll get some Vaseline, and we'll put on some. We'll put on some good music. I'll make you forget all about those mean women.
100%.
I'll show you
Wild. Wild. That's wild.
He's not even my type, but I feel bad for him. Like he is hurting. This man is hurting right now. That's not an act. He's trying not to cry when he says you chose the bear.
Chose the bear.
He's probably one of the guys that the women was dating him decided we chose the bear. Basically told this man he's a monster and then left. Or when he said, "I'm not a monster," she said, "Yes, you are." And so he had to leave. Like, well, I'm not a monster. She doesn't like me. This poor guy. God damn, I make you forget those mean women.
There's a sadness to it because it's absolutely true. And of course, I'm speaking as a woman. It's sad for us women. Guys don't want to know us.
Yeah.
Fox will be back in a sec.
Yeah, I saw the chat. I didn't want to keep rambling, so I figured I'd let them talk. I am holding taking a piss, and I'm still worried about Zoxy. They're doing that I'm a trooper thing. I think they're having a bad night. I'm not
See,
gonna lie. I will throw this out here on Twitch, and it's something I said I'd never acknowledge live on Twitch on stream. But I did say I wanted to become the greatest gamer ever, and I'm using Twitch to kind of like put myself out there. But I also want enough financial income to do for the
mhm,
pets, like I said. And for me,
mhm,
Twitch is one of those places. I'm genuinely entertaining people by being myself. Us are having a good time. People can be entertained. And so I am using this as a job. I see this as an employment. And so I'm clocked in. I told people all over social media I was going to be here. So I'm being here because Master doesn't lie. Um,
mhm,
Zoxy doesn't want me to turn off the stream. I would. They're standing pretty hard on don't do it. I don't know if we've triggered something. I don't know if I've triggered something. I don't know if they just having a mental breakdown. Um,
mhm.
they're a little on the sad side. We may have to cut short, but
Yeah.
they're doing the same thing though that me and you would do as a guy. Where I think the British call it soldiering on. We're
Mhm.
British. We soldier
Or
on.
like shitting down and not talking about your problems.
Yeah. Men have been told their entire lives that they don't matter,
Yeah.
and that if they open up, they're showing weakness. And Mr. Pink
Mhm.
Blanket over there is practically crying on camera. A lot of women are seeing him and they're thinking, "Wow, well, you fucking incel or whatever," because he's not getting women. And let's be honest, he's showing his emotions.
Mhm.
And I want Zoxy to feel okay to open up too. I know it's hard,
Yeah.
and I'm not trying to put them on blast. I'm just saying Zoxy is sad, and that's the reality for a lot of men. I can't get Zoxy to tell me what's going on, and I mean, quite frankly, when someone wants me to open up, I don't open up very easily either. A lot of the times,
Mhm.
it takes people like hounding me to get me to open up because it's like, no, I'm the dominant one. I'm the strong one. I have to be made of steel because no one else here is. And it's not that I'm blaming anybody. Fade is adorable. He's
Oh,
not made of
wow.
steel. Vixen is adorable. She's not made of steel. Shira is adorable. I honestly think she's made of cotton. She's so fluffy and tender. Zoxy Zoxy wants to be the tough guy, but he's sweet. He's tender. All of y'all,
It's
everybody in this
death.
server that I've kind of invited in are people that I felt needed someone made of iron and steel. So I put myself in that position and I don't want to break. I feel like I'm not allowed to. If I'm ever crying in a pink blanket, Fade has my permission publicly on stream. Has my permission to take the dominant stance on that.
Oh, I see. I see. I see.
Where's my pink blanket? No, I'm just kidding. I don't have a
Wow.
pink blanket. I
Wow.
don't have one. It's a joke. Vixen can confirm, but she's typing pretty steadily right there. I don't know what's about to go on. Um, okay, everybody's typing. All right, we're having a typing fest. I'm not involved,
Yes,
but
yeah.
we're having one.
I'm just asking a question
Okay. And I will be taking just a few seconds here.
to go to the bathroom. Yes, I think. Turtle.
I'm not going to acknowledge anything.
It's Wait, what? Oh. Damn.
They chose the bear. Okay, can I be heard?
Oh, yes. Yes, you can. I hear you.
Okay. Okay, so Foxy is Vixen is making a statement, and so I'll read it for
Uh,
everybody because she typed it. Um, more of master babbling. Woohoo! Um, it does suck because I know two men I've dated before spades that said they were raised to not show emotions and that crying is showing weakness. I don't believe men showing emotions or crying is weakness. I believe that a trusting someone that as trusting someone enough to open up. I know how it felt as a woman not to be able to speak of anything that I've been through. I can't imagine as a man wanting to open up and feeling like you're weak if you do. And that's the thing. Like, so I was born in a time that fade didn't exist. So we're gonna have two different accounts here. Um, I remember when I was 8, I was riding a bicycle with my pinky toes and my flip flops, and I got way too close to a chain link fence. And I was going pretty fast. But I snatched the chain link fence on my pinky toe. I think Vixen could probably say that she's looked at my toes. I've been hurt a lot of times from slamming into furniture. But at least one of my pinky toes is very cocked out. It looks like someone hit it from one side doing 90, and so my toenail actually faces out. Like it's just laid over dead. Damn toe is just is like, nah, I'm done. I'm done, boss.
Well, you've made it known before about that to me.
Yeah, but like you've seen it, right?
Yeah, I have.
So when I was
I've
8,
noticed it.
I don't know how fast I went on a bicycle at 8, but when I hit that chain link fence with that toe, I don't know what the toe did because I was going really fast. What I do know is it pulled every bit of the weight of an 8-year-old, his momentum, and his bicycle. And then I was expected to walk on it, not cry, or they'd give me something to cry about. And I was fine. I will say that the first thing I did was I panicked and grabbed it, and when I grabbed it, my toe was touching the bottom of my foot. But I grabbed it, and I grabbed it like the 7-year-old that I had been the year before. And I gripped it and I put my toe right back where it was supposed to be because I panicked.
Mhm.
And while I'm holding it there, because that was the medical that you did back then for things, I wasn't given, do you need to go to a hospital? Could it be broken? Is that gonna permanently disfigure them forever? Does it hurt? I was told, stop crying, or we're gonna give you something to cry about. I was 8. I'm not gonna
What?
compare mine to fades, but like
I
that's
kind of had the same thing happen in a way.
have y'all ever seen like a young girl get hurt in public, like casually? So much as bonk their head.
Mhm.
The mom and dad fall to pieces. Oh man, girl, you okay? Are you okay? What's wrong? Is it bleeding? Oh my god. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. I broke my wrist one time, and that was kind of like that too.
I'm sorry to hear that, Fate.
It's fine. But luckily when we got home, my brother, it was just I was told I needed to carry my own stuff back because I was using a scooter in a skate park. So, yeah, I landed wrong and just let's just say my hand was touching my wrist basically.
The old skate
It was
park
not fun.
dislocation. Ooh, where suddenly
Oh
things
no, it was
touch.
broken.
Oh yeah. But it
It
didn't
was
just
broken.
break it. It broke it, and then the location it was in, it's not in that location anymore. It's in a completely different location.
Yeah. Luckily, my brother was an EMT then, so he made a makeshift sling, and we went to a clinic or something, whatever it was, to try and put it back in place. But apparently, it was bad enough we had to go to an emergency hospital
Yeah,
to get it put back in place.
and they probably told you, and I'm guessing y'all, but they probably told you we're gonna have to reset it.
Luckily, they put me under.
I'm not a doctor by any means, but I do know that when they say we're going to have to reset it, that means it's not in the place that it's supposed to be. But the instant you break it, it's trying to heal. At some level, they had to re-break that wrist.
Yeah. That was not fun.
And I'm certain you were expected to soldier on.
Yeah.
I bet you still went to school. I bet no one gave you tons of kisses. I bet no one really apologized, and no one was at fault. I was
Yeah,
8,
I had
and I was told to soldier on. I don't know how old you
Excuse
were,
Thank you.
but I have seen a 16-year-old girl
Mhm.
get a fucking paper cut from a
I
receipt
think
at
it was when I
Target's,
was
and she fell the fuck apart.
11, 12.
And
11 or
see,
12 maybe.
11 and 12 is still young. Like, you're not a warrior like you could be, but
Yeah.
like that wrist has to work.
Yeah, it was not fun. Yeah. Yeah, like I had to. It was my dominant hand too, so
Oh, and
my writing, I couldn't
that's where we were
write.
going with that.
What?
Okay.
Gee, that's crazy. I
I
know
went
what
the
you're gonna say.
I went the wrong direction. But yeah, let's say the penmanship here suffered a little. See,
Yeah.
that right there is more soldiering on. His penmanship suffered. It didn't stop.
And I still,
It didn't stop.
and I
He's not
still
allowed to
drew.
stop.
I still drew too. I did drawings too while I had my fucking arm.
Because we don't know what it's like to shut down and be deactivated while we repair. But women will go on a $17,000 mental health spa day because they deserve it. Because they worked at Coachella. I think I'm gonna hit play because if I keep going, I'm gonna offend somebody.
Deal with it. Y'all don't want to leave your house. No. Stay away. Stay away. We are in the house. gym, home, work, home again. Maybe go to mama house. Maybe go to dad house. That's about it. We in the house. You said leave you alone. You chose the bear.
How did we get back
As
here
funny
again?
as this video is, there's a
Did I
sadness
click
to
too
it
far?
because it's absolutely true.
Okay.
You genuinely, you know, if you there going like, and I can't.
Question: where are we meeting the men that actually want to date and be in a relationship?
They don't want to.
Because it's not the dating apps. It's not. It's not the coffee shops. I've been trying that. I've been trying that for a while now. Definitely not the bars. Not at my age, because they're all like 21, 22, so they definitely don't want to be in a relationship, and I definitely do not want to be a cougar. Nothing wrong with that, just not my type. I, again, tend to go about 8 to 10 years older than me. I found out even those don't want to date for a relationship. Even they are still figuring things out. Yeah, they are. So where are we meeting the ones that want to date and be in a relationship, that want to date to eventually get into a relationship, that are dating to see if we're compatible for a relationship, not other things? No. I need to know because I have yet to find them.
You know, it could be that the men she's meeting.
So, I don't want Luna to feel ignored here on her comment. I want to express that it's being told to me that Luna is, and she's a woman, was expected to get up and walk it off. I will say some of those southern people are a different breed altogether. And her living situation was one of those that I feel like made that, when you have siblings that rely on you, you might have been, someone they pushed a little harder. I don't want to put your situation out there, so I really don't know if commenting about it is even appropriate. But we see that comment. We understand. I know your background, and I don't think you were being treated as a woman. I think you were being treated as a child and help. Your mother is in the same age bracket as I would be, shy of 10 years. And so, back in the older days, a 6-year-old child could go to war, come back, take out the trash, do the dishes, sew up some clothes, sharpen a sword, kill the family pig for dinner, and then still be able to sit down and learn the 3 letters of the alphabet that they were going to do before bed. Nowadays, you can't get a 10-year-old to sit still long enough to learn that Barney is the color purple. So, your mother's from a different generation, and I think that generation and mine, like, they needed you in that situation. And I think they didn't give you any room to be a young girl like the other girls got. So you probably did get a lot of what me and Fade got. But I want to express that's not normal either, though. That's not the norm nowadays. We were pretty much told to shake it off, and it's like right now, I think Angel can hear me. Angel thinks that we should all hate him. Just gonna say that Angel doesn't value themselves. I don't know any women that feel that way. Angel genuinely isn't happy with themselves. They think that they're terrible. I think everyone in this call can say that Angel is one of the most helpful, most thoughtful people that they've met. I'm saying it for all of the internet. But that's where men tend to sit. We are judged by what we can bring to the table and not who we are. So I try not to judge by just what someone brings to the table. But the point of this was women and men and why men aren't dating anymore. So if you notice, this girl is saying these men don't want to date anymore. They don't want to date for a relationship. Well, hold on. What's the point of getting in a relationship? So you can leave me for the next dude? The women are going from man to man to man to man to man. It's no different than sleeping around. She's in 30 relationships in a week. She's getting 30 good dick and downs and 30 good meals in a week. Why not be single and have sex and not have to change your Facebook status every time you do so? The fuck is the difference?
Well, women like to make men feel uh at least a a false hope. Like they'd like to make them feel hopeful about relationships when all the women knows is they are not going to stay there.
Right.
So they like giving false hope.
I I am not that woman, so I can't say. What I can say is things like my baby mama lying to me about birth control. I had the hope that my relationship was exactly what I thought we had agreed it would be, and it wasn't. I had the hope that I was making a safe, educated, secured choice in who I was having sex with. And then the court system, the women, and everyone else picked her side. I will always tell Fade to choose a guy over a girl. Always. This girl told me she was on birth control. This girl actively had birth control. And you know, it took me a while to notice that none of the pills in the little canister thing were ever going away. Like, if you take one every day, they should be going away. There should be less pills today than yesterday. But there wasn't. I was being told, yeah, I'm on birth control. And I'm making a informed decision with my sex life based on what I'm being told. So, look up the unsheathing law. It is a law in which if a man slips out and removes a condom and slips back in, and she didn't know, he has committed a federal crime in America because she can't consent to that sex. For her health and for her safety, she didn't know about that and can't agree to it. But she can lie to me about birth control, and it takes two to make a baby, so I was taking that fucking risk, and birth control fails anyway. No, 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 no. Let's get it very clear here. When she went to go talk with the doctor about her baby, the doctor said, and were you on birth control during this impregnation? And she said, no, sir, I hadn't been on birth control in 6 months. It's not a crime to lie to the man. It's not a crime to get pregnant when you want to get pregnant, irregardless of if the man thinks he's safe. Even the laws are against men. My baby mama hit me, kicked me, broke my nose with my own shotgun, put it in my face, endangered my daughter behind me. The gun was loaded. She was drunk and high, had no business holding that rifle. Stolen from my fucking gun safe. Stolen. Busted it out before I had gotten home. That's a felony by itself. They refused to put handcuffs on her. But I was asked to leave and not even given an ambulance to get the glass out of my goddamn back. She got a trip to a mental place where she could spend 2 weeks away from work and get paid to do so while they sung Kumbaya and talked about how hard life can be sometimes.
Mm.
And I was asked that I had to leave that house that night. Because when she comes back, she's going to have a safe place to go. Let's be very clear for the people watching. In her drunk state, she said, "That pussy didn't hit me. He didn't have the balls to hit me." If I had laid a finger on her, I'd have been in a federal prison for 20 years. North Carolina is very strict. Very strict. And there's some people recently who have struck women that did not face the charges that I have faced. In the idea that if I had done it, this is what I would have. Zoxy? I hear you. What's up? You need support. Uh, okay. I just know we're here when you get back. Okay. Bye, hon. That phone is on 8%, so quite frankly, that's that's bound to happen anyway. They were about to be disconnected from my phone dying. My point is, everything is pro women. So now they're trying to wonder how they're supposed to find the men that want to date while they themselves are just relationship hopping. There's no consequences for them. There there's no consequences. If a guy is sleeping with a bunch of women, ew, he's a playboy. He's playing with their feelings. But if a woman was in a genuine relationship and then she left him for someone better, she's playing the field. I wonder which one of the gay guys would be at fault if a relationship doesn't work out. Fade, have you ever had a boyfriend? How did that go?
Well, I guess I have had one before. Um, it was mostly we mostly didn't blame each other. It was mostly my parents.
Okay.
Is what we blamed it for.
That's better then. Now I'm curious to ask two women who was at fault. Um, I'm not gonna pull up this. Everybody in this call is good. There's not a big. This isn't The View, so I don't have like a shit ton of people that I can refer to for this.
With her.
Just came across her, okay? And she is upset because every time she seems to go out, it's undesirable men and men that she says are quote unquote ugly and unattractive are the men that always approach her, and that it's hurting her confidence because she knows that she's so pretty and so beautiful and they're not even in her league.
What?
Okay, listen now. Listen.
What did we miss?
If you're constantly getting swiped right on by a certain type of guy, approached by a certain type of guy, invited out on dates by a certain type of guy, that indeed is your league. They are within your league and you are within their league. Have you ever heard that you attract what you are? If there's a scintilla of truth to that, this is the prime example.
You attract what you are.
Is it just me or is this sped up?
Mindset, physical, it's always there.
I didn't see her comment. It seemed like she was frozen and he was giving an example, but she's upset because she's only getting likes and attention by ugly men. Prime example right there. Like, I'm sorry, but if only ugly men want you, then you're not good enough for the better looking men. I'm not telling people that they have a place because of their looks. But if she wants a chance and is ugly, she should give people a chance. And oh, by the way, sweetheart, you are ugly. I'm not saying it. The guy is right. You are what you attract. I am a flirtatious outgoing furry, and I have attracted adorable, flirtatious people who are accepting and loving of my outward poly personality. And I think that by itself is the proof that you are what you attract. And she has attracted nothing but ugly people. You might be ugly. She doesn't look ugly to me. But then again, I'm not a 50. I'm not even a 10. I'm like a 5, and y'all keep building my confidence daily. But this bitch wants to feel like a 50? Sorry. You're reaching too high there. Look, I can give you the step stool that I use to reach the top drawer in the cabinets in the kitchen. Maybe that'll help you, lady.
Damn.
It won't. The floor is wet. She'll slip. The damn thing will fly out from under her. She's gonna hit the kitchen floor and be lower than ever.
Absolutely true. Mindset, physical, it's always there.
Oh, goodness.
Rob.
Nice to meet you, Rob. How old are you?
33.
Okay, we're about the same age. So, are you single, dating, married?
Single.
Why are you single?
I think women expectations are very high, but also, you know, the life-work balance is kind of difficult, especially with inflation and everything going on. So women want a lot of attention. Sometimes they're trying to, you know, stick to the goals. So it's kind of hard to balance both. They want the greatest dates in the world, but they don't want to share exactly what it is they like. A perfect example is my buddy. He recently went on a date, and the young lady didn't like it. Like, she told him, like, flat out, the date was okay, you know, and he was like, well, I was asking you, did you like this type of restaurant, that type of restaurant? You know what she told him? You should just know. And that was kind of crazy.
You should be able to read my mind, and if you get it wrong, well, too bad.
Fuck you.
I don't play these mind games. Y'all know it. I have said it a number of times. It's not one of the things that I've said the most, but ever since I left my baby mama, I have made it blatantly clear. I am not gonna play mind games. I'm not. I'm dominant. I'm competitive. I don't like to lose. A mind game, you only get to play once. I don't like to lose. I'm not gonna play that game. Where are we going out to eat? Pick. What do you want to eat? Pick. There is no, does he know what I want? Based on the fact that I'm wearing a skirt. You want me to bend you over in the bushes at the park when the sun goes down and the stars are coming out? No, I wanted Red Lobster. Well, shit. How the fuck was I supposed to get Red Lobster from mini skirts. I agree. I'm not a mind reader. And you know what? A lot of the times when people tell me exactly what they want, I still get it wrong. I'm a golden retriever. If you throw the ball for me, I'm liable to bring back a stick. But you know what? This is my stick and I'm proud of it. And I think you should see it because it's a big stick and it's mine now, mama. No, wait, where'd the ball go? I got sidetracked.
Good.
If you can't like the golden retriever because it brought you something back at all, you don't deserve the dog. Bark, bark, bow wow. I don't guess at what Vixen wants to eat. I make her choose things when we go out. And
I don't
it's a
like
win-win.
chickens.
It's a win-win. Her voice is heard. Her mind was made. I'm not telling her what to eat. The big bad man isn't telling her what she's going to eat. She gets to
You,
choose.
usually when
Shira's
I'm
saying
asked, I
that
say,
she's a cat person, but I mean, she did choose the dog for about a year there. And I think I did pretty good. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf. Love you, Shira. Um,
uh, but yeah, like
Faye doesn't like to choose.
for me, I don't like to choose. I'll usually uh, what I say when I have to choose with my parents when they say, "What do you want to eat?" I'm like, "I'll eat whatever. Food is food."
Well, my saying is I don't know because I really don't know most of the time.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to know what women want if they don't know what they want. At least if you eat something you've chosen and you're wrong, you know next time, hey, that thing I ordered, I don't like it, I'm not getting it again. It is genuine psychology that when you choose something wrong, you're more likely to remember it than the situation. Instead of remembering, oh, Spades got me Cheetos and they were hot and it upset my stomach. And then in 6 months, oh, Fade or Spade got me something and it was terrible and it hurt my stomach and I was sick. And then a year later, it's oh yeah, Fade got Spades got me something and it upset my stomach. It's oh, I don't like Cheetos. I chose Cheetos and Cheetos bad. It's a proven psychology. So when I let her pick and she picks something and she doesn't like it, she will know.
100%.
I'm sorry that Fade and Shira both don't like choosing. Vixen also doesn't like choosing. But if y'all choose, you will remember in the future that that is something you didn't like. In the meantime, I don't think it's a false accusation, Shira. I mean, you were my fiance for a year, so you clearly enjoyed that dog personality in me. You may be a
That
cat person, but hey, you liked it when I brought the stick back.
got that dog in me.
Yeah, Shira's a good person. I'll put that dog in you.
Oh.
Put that dog in you. No, but seriously though, all of these people are good people right here, and none of us play mind games.
Awa. Awa.
But these women that are like, where are all of the men at? They get a guy put in front of them, and they're like, all right, dance for me, just predict things, do well. Feline on top. I wouldn't mind Shiro on top. Anyway.
Oh.
This out there. When it comes to approaching a woman, an overwhelming.
He is really hard to hear, and I don't know if that is the. I don't know if that's the video or.
Well, too bad.
Sure who needs to hear this out there, but when it comes to approaching a woman, an overwhelming majority don't want to be approached. Now, this information comes from.
You say that.
So a woman actually posted a reply to something on social media saying, "We don't want to be approached." And that's true. That's true. Women don't want to be approached. Vixen wasn't approached. Vixen was assaulted. She just liked it.
No.
Saying how they do want to be approached. The problem is that they don't want to be approached by most men.
I asked the question, what's a way to approach a woman where they would feel safe and comfortable? And over the last couple of days, probably 2,200 different comments have come through, and I'd say at least 90%, maybe more of them, were we don't want to be approached, don't approach.
If 90% of all of the women say they don't want to be approached, the truth is they don't want to be approached unless they already like you. They're wondering where these men are. So they're looking for men. They're not approaching the men. So the men have to approach. They still don't want you to approach. Why? You're not that top 1% man. You're not 6'7" with $150,000 a year and yet does not work so he can spend all of his time giving you back massages and telling you you're a queen. Unfortunately, I'm pretty solid on how I feel about that. I love women though. Let me make this very clear. I love women. I love Shira. I love Vixen. I love Fade, but he's not women. I'm saying that I do. There are women that I love. I'm not trying to hate on women, but this entire thing is about how men don't want to date. This is why men don't want to date. They've already decided if they would fuck you before you ever get within 10 feet of them. That was a scientific study that had been determined 15 years ago. It's not even a question of being loyal to your man. Every man that has walked around you, you've already decided, would it ever happen, ever, under any circumstances? He is doable. He is not. He is doable. He is not. They're not doable. They are not. They are doable. It's not a question of I'm single or, well, if he was very suave or if I knew he's good with his hands or if he's really packing. It's he's doable. Then you'll find out if you were wrong later on if you're a size queen and he's got like 2 inches. But again, may I remind people that 2 lesbians can completely satisfy themselves with a bean the size of a half a centimeter that no one seems to be able to find for some reason. I can't say I'm on that hill. I can find them pretty easily. Vixen is my proof. But supposedly it's such a hard bean to find, and yet one of them women can use it to penetrate the other woman to the point of ecstasy. And you're gonna bitch because this guy's got 2 peenar inches instead of like 15? Okay. Yeah. Way to go there. But yeah, he's being told overwhelmingly, don't approach us. And he doesn't look like an ugly man. He looks like an average guy in whatever age this is for men. I don't know. I know 30-year-old women, I know 25-year-old women who look 3 times my age. So I can't tell if he looks young for his age or old for his age, but he seems like a regular guy.
Was a different looking guy, they wouldn't be saying that. Now, this is not throwing shade. He is not an unattractive man whatsoever. But
I think you turned down the audio.
These women are saying they want freaking Henry Cavill's. Is that his name? The Superman guy? Henry Cavill? You know, either that or a rapper. Or, you know, they'd want this guy if he was wearing a Rolex. So it's like what the other guy said. It's just women's expectations are too high. They do want to be approached just by the right man.
So if you're a man and you're thinking about approaching a woman, the best advice is, last couple of days, probably who needs to hear this out there.
I'm gonna play this again. I am fighting with the volume levels. If I lift Microsoft Edge and put it anywhere, it bounces around like it's having a seizure until I let go of it, and then it drops back down from where I'm holding it to anywhere lower. But I'm gonna hold the volume as best I can so that this gets played again, so people can hear this. Okay.
Like this type of restaurant, that type of restaurant. You know what she told him? You should just know. And that was kind of crazy.
You should be able to read my mind, and if you get it wrong, well, too bad.
Sure, who needs
Her
to hear this
wide-eyed
out
expression.
there, but when it comes to approaching a woman, an overwhelming majority don't want to be approached. Now, this information comes from...
You say that, but yet they're all on TikTok saying how they do want to be approached. The problem is that they don't want to be approached by most men.
I asked the question, what's a way to approach a woman where they would feel safe and comfortable? And over the last couple of days, probably 2,200 different comments have come through, and I'd say at least 90%, maybe more of them, were we don't want to be approached or don't approach.
If he was a different looking guy, they wouldn't be saying that. Now, this is not throwing shade. He is not an unattractive man whatsoever. But these women are saying they want freaking Henry Cavill's. Is that his name? The Superman guy? Henry Cavill? You know, either that or a rapper. Or, you know, they'd want this guy if he was wearing a Rolex. So it's like what the other guy said. It's just women's expectations are too high. They do want to be approached just by the right man.
So if you're a man and you're thinking about approaching a woman, the best advice is don't.
I tried booty calling a man last night, and he called me and was like, hey, so I actually think that it would make more sense if I like took you to dinner first before we did that. Why was I upset? I was upset. All I wanted is the man to take me to dinner, and now I'm upset that he won't come over. But we could still do dinner later. But like tonight, I want to hang out. He said, I'd rather not. I'm the problem.
I'm so confused.
But instead of, I'm not gonna ever say that I'm the problem. I'm gonna blame all the prior men in my life that led me to this moment to now be this problem.
I can't understand if this is satire or not. It's probably not, but it really should be.
So it's all your faults anyways.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I just witnessed from that part, where the lady is like breaking the third wall of responsibility and acknowledging that she's the problem. Like, that would be satire, right? But oh, here it goes. It started back.
I'm not gonna ever say that I'm the problem. I'm gonna blame all the prior men in my life that led me to this moment to now be this problem.
I can't understand if this is satire or not. It's probably not, but it really should be.
So it's all your faults anyways.
I can't tell if this is rage bait.
70% of men are choosing to stay single. And I don't even blame them. And this shouldn't be a shock to anybody. Dating in this generation is so impossible, and I can talk about it for literally days. It feels like every single woman in this generation is either a gold digger or a bop or both. And so yeah, a lot of men are saying, we choose to be single. We're not gonna deal with this anymore, and I get it. I wouldn't either. That sounds awful. But it's crazy because you'll see women come online and be like, men are so sad and they're so single and they're so alone, but not me. I'm having a good time, just the men are having a bad time. And I was like, girl, be so serious for 2 minutes.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Men have become bored with women. Women, you focus on your girlfriends, the car you drive, the house you live in, the clothes you wear, your nails, your hair, your makeup, all the Botox and all the treatment you do, the fillers, the job, the butt tuck, the liposuction, and the list goes on and on. And when a man takes you out, you open your mouth and his head hits the table and he goes, not another one. There's no substance. There's no quality about you. Where's your virtue? Where's your dignity?
I'm so happy this is coming from an older woman, honestly. I don't think that most like young modern women understand that we literally just all come off exactly the same.
Today, Teen Vogue publishes this article. Young women are more liberal than young men, and it's making dating harder. Is it though? Or are women just having to face the reality that feminism lied to us about what qualities are actually attractive? And one girl who's 28 from Arizona said she screenshots dating app profiles when they mention a disqualifier for women that they date that seems unfair, like being liberal, being bisexual, or not wanting to have kids. Which, call me crazy,
That's all fair.
don't seem that outrageous. Another girl said she loved falling in love with a Trump-supporting conservative man until he made her feel bad about how many guys that she had previously slept with. But is it at all?
Whoa. I want to back this up a little bit. Like, it's okay if you're a conservative and you want to date a conservative, that's fine. If you're a liberal and you want to date a liberal, that's fine. These women are putting men on blast for having preferences when they themselves have preferences. Fuck is that about? But they're willing to lower their standards and date a MAGA fan. They want to date the Trump train. They're fine dating a guy who's gonna be a Trumpy, cause he's buff, he's traditionally manly, he's traditionally a provider. Until something. Let's hear what it was.
Made her feel bad about how many guys that she had previously slept with. But is it?
Wait. You wanted the traditional guy. You wanted the conservative, redneck American Christian guy with the classic values. And now you don't want him because of his classic values? Don't get me wrong. Vixen, have I ever said I care how many people you slept with?
No.
Have I ever said anything about how you couldn't sleep with people?
No.
I don't care where skin touches skin. That does not mean someone's heart is here or there. Someone wanted a little fun, someone was cute. Variety is the spice of life. It's all over the place, baby. Sometimes you want chicken, sometimes you want beef. It's all good. But you chose a guy. You're calling him a Trumper. You have no problem with his entire being. And you know what it is. Until that being offends your sluttiness. I'm I'm sorry, but hold on. He's not the bad guy here. You're not a good fit for him. And you chose to date him anyway. That was on you, madam. Your values are greatly different than his, and you let him think that you could handle him anyway. Ooh. And that's something that we wouldn't do. That's hey Fate. If you saw somebody, I'm not gonna say gender. If you saw somebody and let's say they were something you couldn't stand, like because this was saying that she was okay dating a Trump fan until he accidentally hurt her feelings. So, like, let's be honest, even though we're not going to be very political here, you're not crazy about Trump. But if you saw somebody walking around and that was their entire identity, would you assume they wouldn't want to date you?
So what are we trying to say that wait,
Well,
what?
it's a comparison here. This lady
Mhm.
was willing to date a Trump supporter, which says,
Mhm.
I was willing to date a Trump supporter. It screams she's a Democrat, she's LGBTQ plus, she doesn't like the Trumps. She's saying it in a way that it's like, well, he's trash, but I was willing to give him a chance. In other words,
Mhm.
she knew she wasn't in line with him. He isn't
And why
her
date him at all?
because she liked a certain number of qualities. He's a Trump supporter, right? That's how you identify him. So that is a very heavy part of his personality. But you would say conservatives, Trump people are conservatives, are traditional. So the guys are more buff, they eat properly, they work out properly, they take care of their family, they provide, they do the stereotypical thing. Um, and so she liked enough of that to say, you know what? I'll give him a shot. I will date someone that I would not date. So I'm asking you, as a man, because she's a she, would you date someone that you looked at and go, yeah, no, they wouldn't like me?
No.
That is the difference between men and women. She walked into this going, well, this is going to be utter chaos. All right, here we go. And then when he's talking with her on the date, he's like, "Yeah, so I'm into this," and she's like, "Oh, really? Me too, fucking asshole." And then he's like, "Yeah, and I like this." "Oh, really? That's so sweet, asshole." And he's being led on to believe she's okay with him being a Trump supporter. And then he opens his mouth and says, "This is what I believe about body count and being conservative," and she's hurt and offended. Fade and me here, we're both the magical kind of guys where guys aren't off the table. Some people may have fainted, but yeah, like we would consider a man. Um, and that being said, if I saw a guy and he's MAGA from head to toe, I'm going to assume he doesn't want a man. I'm not gonna walk up and be like, I can be your princess. Guys don't play fucking mind games. There are cheaters, there are manipulators, but even at that level, men don't promise you the goddamned world and lie to you every day until they're upset. Women are a lot like a kitty cat that gets into a small pipe and crawls into the pipe and keeps going, knowing that they can't turn around. And then they get to the end of the pipe, and all they can do is cry because they can't turn around and they can't get out of the pipe. Fade and me, we're like, yeah, no, that's not gonna work out. That's a waste of time. But women will do it just to see how far it goes, just to see how much fun they can get. Can I get a date? Can I get a free meal out of this? Can I get to know someone that's even cuter in his family? They're just literally poking around.
Oh my
Mm.
fuck. All I'm gonna say is wow.
I did I miss something?
Uh, I I don't know what to say.
Is this about me rambling?
No, just some UCH or I think it's US or no UCH's. I think I don't know YCH. I think
It's bases.
bases. Yeah, avatar bases for art and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Vixen is really good with art. I always love when she shares them with me. They're great, even without being colored in. But
I'm.
I I have to ask the female here because I just spent several minutes like just throwing shade on this. So Vixen,
Yeah.
like you are one of the most open-minded women that I've met. I'm gonna ask you like from your experience dating men and the other women you've known, like who is more likely to see a relationship and know they're not a good fit and jump in anyway? Men or women?
Women. And the only reason why I say women is because I've done it, and sadly to say, my mother's done it as well. And I've known a lot more women to do it too.
I mean, men can be abusive and controlling, and even then, like it's wrong, but
Mhm.
they think that's the conditions of their relationship. They think that's okay. The woman is letting them think that that's okay. They're getting away with abuse. They're learning that their behavior is acceptable and they're continuing that abuse. And the woman is like, well, he's this and well, he's that. And then 20 years later, when she's ready to be a bitch, he was an asshole. I don't trust men. Well, you didn't stop him. You let him do it for 11 years. Like, how is he supposed to know in year 10 that what he did for 9 fucking years was wrong? It's I'm not saying he's a good guy, but women will do this. They will jump headfirst into a relationship with someone who's abusive, manipulative. Maybe he drinks and she doesn't like drinking. Maybe she's religious and he's very, very, very not religious. But she goes, I like that body. I like that Rolex. I like that car. You ever heard of car sluts or truck sluts? These women will date a guy and fuck a guy because he has a big truck. What happens as soon as he hits a deer and the truck gets totaled? She leaves for his cousin that has the other big truck. They're getting more mileage than these trucks, and I don't slut shame, but come on now. That is goddamn ridiculous. You might as well be buying her at that point because anyone can purchase a big truck. The only difference is she doesn't put the money in her pocket. Toyota does. That makes her a dumb hoe.
Holy.
Let's see what they continue to say though.
At all possible that maybe that wasn't slut shaming, just an honest conversation about premarital.
Do you know what's so funny though, and quite interesting about female psychology is that, you know, she will say, "Oh, I didn't like it when he said this about me," and da 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 da. But really, she respects that more than she would a man who just says, "Oh, hey, you know, that's fine, babe." That's why she fell in love with a Trump supporter in the first place.
This one was
Yes.
sitting juicy for.
So I think this one is right. Like, I know it doesn't sound fair to some people, and for my relationship based position, I don't think it's right. But she makes a valid point. This lady that was just complaining over here was complaining about the Trump supporter she was
Female
dating.
psychology is that, you know, she will say, "Oh, I didn't like it when he said this about me," and da 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 da. But really, she respects that more than she would a man who just says, "Oh, hey, you know, that's fine, babe." That's why she fell in love with a Trump supporter in the first place.
Legitimately. Like, a lot of women tie masculinity to guys standing their ground on things. And like, yeah, I don't really care about where skin goes. I'm not the jealous type, but my masculinity just oozes out in tons of different ways. But this person probably did like that. He spoke his mind, he was solid on it. He knows what he wants. He knows how he's going to live. He knows what he wants out of life, and he's going for it. He's not letting anything budge into his life. He's doing him. She forced her way in, and she got hurt by the same truth she couldn't handle. And like, I'm not that same guy, but like, she had to at least acknowledge that that's what she liked. She wanted the fucking truth from him. She got the fucking truth. I tell people the truth, and sometimes it hurts their feelings, but they know I'm not lying to them.
This woman was in a restaurant. She's looking around and all she sees other women. Nobody on a date. No man and woman on a date. Just women that, as she said, dating each other. So the commentary is that men don't want to be on dates anymore. They don't want to go out with women because it's a waste of time and money. So my question is, did men ever like going on a date? Do men like going on dates? They like going to restaurants and trying different foods and things like. Is it something that they only did because women like to do it? Like if I'm going to get in a relationship.
Probably.
To talk about this comment that was left.
Yes. Yes. I'm not even gonna go on a giant spree-lunking expedition to pull that answer out of my ass. Yes, I like Pizza Inn. Yes, I like Chinese food. Yes, I want to go see movies. Yes, I want to do social things that when you do it by yourself, you feel like a loser. Yes. I like dates. And I've taken Vixen on a few.
Mm-hmm.
I've kind of had to ask her to come with me on dates because Vixen won't say, I want a date. And I think she's being very sweet because she doesn't work. She's not pulling in any money. And I think she's like, I don't want to ask for something that costs. But yeah, men like that. You don't have to be gay or a woman to want to go out and try a nice meal. Hell, you don't have to be in love with someone to go out like that. I would take Fade out to see Zootopia 2 so that I could have Zootopia 2 and good fucking pizza.
Go out with my brother to go hang out too. Like we go do stuff. Like I think
Yeah, Fade's gonna do stuff with his brother. That didn't sound right. Never mind.
that's
Oh dear God.
like go to the Renaissance fair here and like help him do magic tricks.
Yeah, see, Fade's gonna go to the Ren Fair and do magic. The guys like to do things, is my point. She's asking, did men ever want to go on dates? Or did they only ever do it because women wanted to? No. We wanted to. There are times where you'll see a lonely single man just eating quietly at a table. And at least to me, it's heartbreaking. And I've been there too. I've been like, you know what? I haven't been out to eat in over a year. I'm going to go eat. And then I eat there and I'm like, well, the food's good. That's it. I tell it to myself and I eat very quietly and I go home and it's like, that was the most miserable thing I've ever done. Food was good. Couldn't stand it. If I'm at a table and I can fart and not feel the slightest bit of shame, I'm not going to enjoy myself. But everyone in this chat met me on VR chat, and like every one of us that have interacted with me knows I don't do lines and boundaries and appropriate stuff anyway. If I can't be lightening up the mood for 10 or 15 people and people are laughing and rolling with hilariousness, it's not really a great day for me. Now, if I'm eating at a table alone, yeah, nah. Okay, what is she gonna say though? The exact reason men are staying single. She's replying to that comment. What?
On one of my videos, and there's quite a few men that leave similar comments to this, and this proclamation that, you know, this is why men are staying single. And this is obviously not all men, but there is a reason why men do this. And the reason that men say I'm staying single, which in other terms basically means I'm also willing to have a string of hookups that mean nothing.
Okay, she's laughing as she says this, and now she's gonna attempt to insult us. So let's see how she's trying to insult us. Because she's gonna hold us to her version of standards and what she wants to say here.
This and this proclamation that, you know, this is why men are staying single. And this is obviously not all men, but there is a reason why men do this. And the reason that men say I'm staying single, which in other terms basically means I'm also willing to have a string of hookups that mean nothing to get my own needs satisfied, is that the reason that they do this is because they are not willing to face themselves. Any man that says, you know, I'm staying single is because they do not want to be in a situation that is causing them to face parts of themselves that have been denied, that have been repressed, where they are not taking accountability for the way that they show up in relationship.
Some men are being alone because they'd rather be alone than fix themselves. She's saying that every man who's single is broken and too childish to be desirable because they have a problem they're choosing not to address. And then they're calling the string of hookups that mean nothing. Um, it felt like she was trying to say they're whoring themselves out. Well, I'm sorry, but y'all are doing it on OnlyFans right now, and then hooking up with your highest paying monthly viewers, and that's perfectly fine. So, what's the problem here? I got my rocks off, and I don't have a bitch like you talking at me about my trauma that you can't understand because you're not listening to hear, you're listening to reply. I don't hit women. I don't hit women. I'm not telling anyone that. I'm telling that to myself because I don't hit women. I want to hit her.
Sounds a lot like women.
And obviously, if they're not in relationship or opening themselves up to the right person, they're not going to have this mirroring. And so by isolating and saying, you know, this is why men are staying single, it's just basically another way of saying, I don't want to face myself.
I had to actually sit and think about this, and I had to ask myself, when is the last time a man came up to me and wanted to get to know me or exchange numbers? And it's been a long time. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it definitely has me questioning myself.
I mean, if you are going to start checking yourself, I think you should probably start by maybe checking your energy, you know, checking your aura.
Honestly, the first thing women will check about themselves is the way they look, but it's like men care way more about how you come across as a person. They care way more about your attitude. Sure, take care of yourself, look pretty, but, you know, a man would much rather be with a kind, polite, submissive 5 than a batshit crazy headache 9.
Checking your mannerisms, checking how your facial expressions are coming off to the world. You know, a lot of women, most women walk around with a very nasty attitude. A lot of women walk around very irritable, very disrespectful, very mean, you know, just very unapproachable. So I think if you are going to start there. You and a lot of other women should start there and try to acknowledge, you know, what am I doing? How am I coming off to the world? Secondly, I think a lot of men are just kind of tired of knowing that most women are looking for help and they're not really looking for love. A lot of men are starting to catch on to.
Absolutely.
They're looking for help, they're not looking for love. Yeah, they need that gas bill paid for, they need that car insurance paid for, they want that nice meal, but they ain't looking for love. They don't want some guy to snuggle up in bed with them the rest of their life, and then they got to settle with the guy that, oh god, there goes my lights again. That may be my light bulb and not the whole house.
Fine.
I'll turn this light on too and see what happens. My lights are flickering.
Ooh,
Well, it did that before I actually launched, though, so we'll see. Maybe the light bulb's just going.
maybe.
Care and try to acknowledge, what am I doing? How am I coming off to the world? Secondly, I think a lot of men are just kind of tired of knowing that most women are looking for help and they're not really looking for love. A lot of men are starting to catch on to
Absolutely. Oh, I'm glad she said it.
the fact that as soon as they do exchange numbers with a lot of y'all, all of a sudden your hair needs to be done, and now all of a sudden you ain't ate in 3 days, and a bill has been backed up for the last 3 months, and and a lot of times when men ask y'all for your names, y'all got the audacity to throw out y'all Cash App number.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
A lot of men just don't date anymore. Intimacy has become completely conditional. It's so funny because if a man fails to meet a woman's needs in a relationship, oh my god, she can post a video about it and there's thousands of comments of women in support of that. But if a man wants a little bit more physical touch in his relationship, he's the problem. He's the problem every time he has a need or want. Not only that, but a lot of men, once they actually commit to a woman, have noticed the intimacy drop to almost nothing or nothing. But her expectations out of the relationship.
It's such a strange thing when intimacy drops in a relationship. I can't understand why you would get with someone that you're not attracted to. I can't understand people that are like more attracted to someone when they're more of a stranger. It's weird. It's really weird.
Grow or stay the same. How is that fair? Why would he want to date? He gets nothing that he wants out of it.
First of all, it's really easy to say that you don't want a relationship when a woman doesn't want a relationship with you. Women have collectively decided to raise their standards, and the truth is a lot of men these days don't meet those standards. A man being able to only pay the light bill is not going to cut it. Women want
So contribute.
financial stability.
Hold on. You don't want a guy paying your light bill, so you'd rather pay the light bill yourself. I won. We're right back where we started. I don't want a relationship with you. You'd rather struggle by yourself than to struggle with me. You get that giant ass airplane landing forehead out of here with that bullshit. You got all that brain up in there and you can't think none. Okay. Okay. Like seriously, she cut her hair way the fuck on up there, or she got a lot of brain and she ain't using it. She talking about women looking for financial stability, but they staying broke, paying all the rent by themselves. Talking about they raising their bar. How are you raising the bar being more broke and less happy? That's not logic. I don't know what her name is, and I'm afraid to try to assign her a name. Like this white girl over here, I could call her Ashley or Brittany in a sarcastic way, and that's not a problem. But if I try to give her a name, like the one or two black women that I had dated in the past, I'm afraid that would come across wrong. So I'm just gonna say this lady with the giant airplane forehead because she got that. She got that. It ain't a black people thing. It ain't a white people thing. It's some people have a whole bunch of brain and they don't use it. And she one of them. I'll back it up and I'll let her talk because I have insulted her, but I think she should know her elevator ain't going all the way to the top floor, and that was some stupid. So we'll give her a chance to say that again and see if it made any more sense the second time.
Women have collectively decided to raise their standards, and the truth is a lot of men these days don't meet those standards. A man being able to only pay the light bill is not going to cut it. Women want
So contribute.
financial.
It didn't make any more sense the second time. They raised their standards, so they don't want a man that pays the light bill.
No,
Okay.
they want one that could pay for everything.
as if Vixen, as if she can't date this man, get to know this man, and like this man. And then if that guy comes along, leave. They can't do that. Props for her. She's not willing to use the broke man. Props for this dumb lady. She's not willing to use the broke man because the broke man ain't worth her time. Props. She'd rather
Yeah.
struggle. She'd rather struggle than break his heart when some rich guy comes along and whisks her away to her magical princess fairy tale that is being fueled by cocaine.
Yeah. Her landing strip isn't lighting up.
Landing strips of like
Oh my god. Not very bright, huh?
amazing.
You know, the plane's gonna end up somewhere else, which is the thought.
She is the thought. No, but for real. So you see a broke woman struggling, and she's only interested in you because she's noticed you got money. If you have money, that's not a good decision. Rich men that are well off, they're not looking for broke bitches that are like, "Oh, you got money?" They're not rich because they're stupid. If they date every pretty gold digger that comes their way, they would be broke. You can blow through $300 million, giving $100 million to each pretty hoe you see at a Walmart. It ain't hard. I could do it. The CEO of Windows said I couldn't spend all my money if I tried. Fucking amateur. I could. I could do it in a Sunday afternoon with half of the businesses closed.
Just get a woman on it, literally.
But this bitch think that she's gonna find a guy while demanding financial expense. No. You're not telling him that you have high standards. You're telling him that you cost money. Yeah, so do hookers, but they don't bitch at you when you do what you want to do. Being in a monogamous relationship with an expensive woman is like being in a closed relationship with a hooker, and you are throwing money at her, but you still can't do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, that's not fun.
The fuck would we want to do that, Mrs. Non-light up landing strip? That big brain up there, but it ain't braining.
Financial stability.
Oh, and I see Fade has to go very soon. I understand that, but
This isn't new. Y'all try to act like it's new, but it's not. Back in the days, women didn't have bank accounts, didn't have jobs. They did select partners who could financially provide for them and their future children.
But now they do have bank accounts. Now they do have their own income, and therefore men have less. It's just so.
Oh, she said it. Thank God she fucking said it. Now that all of the women are earning an income, men are getting paid less because there's less to go around. There's so many people in the workforce. The person willing to accept the lowest pay is getting the job offer. That's just straight facts. And they're both right. They're both right here. Neither one of them are wrong. Back in the day, the woman didn't have a job. The woman didn't have a bank account. The woman didn't have all of these, what looked like financial freedoms. They also weren't a slave to the financial incentives of a job. This woman could be at home. She could watch the TV for a couple of hours while the laundry does itself in its laundry machine, while the kids are at school for 8 hours. She could go to the grocery store. I've been to the grocery store. Have you been to the grocery store? How long does that take? 30 minutes tops. You make you a list, you go in, you grab your shit, you get the fuck out. It's not an all day thing. And then there's 7 days in a week. I'm sorry, you went to the store yesterday. You got like 30 days before you got to go back. You did the groceries, so you did the laundry yesterday too. You got like 7 days before you have to do laundry again. The kids are at school again today. What else is there? So while she's married and not working, she can find another man who works even harder and makes more money, and she could just marry someone else. So even back in the day, women were able to use men. I get she's trying to make it sound like women were desperate, but they weren't. Now, the only thing they had to worry about was a man might be very financially well off and then also abusive. Well, that's when you killed him in self defense. If he was killing you, you kill him back, or allegedly in Minecraft. So, like, I mean, and I'm not a lawyer. This is old-timey things. This is not new things. Don't act on anything that I say as if it's legal defense. I'm talking about the days that cameras were black and white. If these guys had money, they would stay married to him because he's a good provider, and that's all they were thinking about. Nowadays, I want a man to provide for me. He gotta have this and this and this. So she's right. They picked up their game. They took the he's a good provider and they doubled down on it. Instead of women becoming more family orientated and more happiness orientated, they are still just focusing on money. And they got the nerve to say men are shallow because they like boobies.
Damn.
I hope that elevator snaps and hits the basement.
Stupid.
Stop acting like women these days are so new and what's wrong with them and this is so revolutionary and these are modern women. Women have
They are.
always expected a man to provide.
When they couldn't for themselves, and now you can for yourselves, and you're constantly claiming about how you don't need a man, so why would they bother?
Oh, that's gotta hurt. Oh, Lefty over here got her the old purple headphones in for the kill. Oh, you right. These bitches had a man taking care of them because they couldn't do it themselves. And now that they can, and they a strong, independent black woman, or a successful black woman, or a smart and self-efficient white lady, or a powerful and strong business Asian woman. Why the fuck they need the men? If you such a damn strong, independent black woman, what you need a man for?
Another thing that I kind of want to make known is women want to be treated equally as men.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they starting to complain that men can't provide? If they can't provide for themselves, why are they asking it from other people?
Yeah, I mean, hey, men aren't allowed to ask
Yeah.
women. So if they want to be
Very true.
treated fairly, then they can't ask another gender for help either.
Yeah,
You're
and
very
normally
right.
the women in question don't give anything in return.
I agree 1,000%. That that elevator, I swear, the elevator wasn't just going up.
It's going up like one notch and falling down like 5.
I love that. I love that. It took me a second, but I love that. We're gonna plow through until Fade has to leave, so you can hear as much as
You're
possible.
modern because you expect a woman to split bills with you, and no woman in history has ever been.
No woman in history has ever been asked to do that because no woman in history has ever made the amount of money that women make now.
Oh.
So I'm single and I'm just trying to be like aware of men in the world, okay? And do single men like like go anywhere without a chaperone. Like I'm actually starting to panic. Like where
What?
are they? Like where
A chaperone?
are they? I feel like anytime I see a man vaguely my age, like a woman appears, a child appears. That is a
Wait, she's looking for the single men, but she's finding dads that have wives.
Maybe she's looking in the wrong place.
I mean,
Yeah.
here's two issues. The first is if the baby and the other woman are a turnoff for you, then you're not poly, that's for sure. Stop looking at the men with babies and wives. You're looking for single men. If you're not going to look for men with an open mind polyamorously, then stop looking at the married guys that have kids. It's that simple. It's not that he has a chaperone to protect him from you. He's not that scared of you. He just doesn't need you. He's happy. He's got his life. Look for the single man who's looking for you. But if you're only looking for taken men, I'm sorry, you're not going to find the ones that are looking for you, because the single men that are willing to look for you, they don't look like taken men. Men that can't outwardly talk like I do, men who can't outwardly flirt like I do, men who don't live a happy, sexually open, emotionally out there life, they're keeping their heads down. They're with their wives. They're encouraging their wives. They're making sure their wife is number one, no matter what. And they're tripling down and
Yeah.
quadrupling down. And a lot of them aren't even happy in these relationships. They're stuck there for the child.
100%.
But
Which
it,
isn't fair for the child.
yeah, because the child grows up seeing that, and they think, well, the man is supposed to
Honestly.
suffer, and the man doesn't matter, but the woman does. She's staring at these men, though. They're not the same men, and there's a difference in their energy. You can feel it. A married man is not the same as a guy who can go down the street, pick up a cutie at the bar, bang her at the tree line behind the bar, and then go back home happy. There's a big difference. One of them can't get his rocks off because he's at work or around children or around his wife judging him, and the other one doesn't know what blue balls feels like.
Yeah.
It's a different energy, and like I'm poly. I don't match the taken guy energy. I really don't. But like when I'm in public, I'm not looking someone that's that easy. I'm not quite single easy, because I'm not looking to bring something to my partners. So, for the love of God, there's a middle ground, and if you feel any of it, and you're only looking for a single person, I ain't it either, lady. I don't know if
Yeah.
she's looking, but this is not the right look.
father.
Yeah.
Where are the single men? Where are they? Do they not go to the grocery store?
They get their shit and they get out. Men aren't allowed to look at women. It becomes creepy, and then we get arrested, and then we have a rap sheet. Are you expecting men to stand by the mangoes and grope the mangoes and look at you, waiting for you to come into the store?
Mm,
Are you expecting them to come around the corner at the cake aisle and go, "Damn, nice cake," and they're not looking at the cake? As
And
many
people,
times?
and whenever that does happen, people get mad.
Yeah. As many times as people are arrested and accused of shit for being horny or for being honest, you think these guys are gonna be honest?
I've never seen a man at
She's never seen a man that she finds attractive at the grocery store. Of course, there's men at the grocery store. There's men everywhere. She just
That is another way of looking at it. There are men at the grocery store. I'm at the grocery store. Fade's at the grocery store. What's wrong with us?
Thinks that she's better than them.
Target. How do you eat?
First of all, Target is a left-wing leaning store. You're probably going to find transgender people there. You're probably going to find LGBTQ people there. So if you're looking for a straight male, you're probably not going to find them at Target. Target is friendly. You want a straight male? Go to Walmart. Go to the Southern Hick thing. The place that sells car tires and pizza in the same spot.
Even Bass Pro Shop would be a better place.
You can find a straight white male at Bass Pro Shop. That's true. Unless he's a closet gay that's going fishing with that boy that he likes, and the poor guy never catches any fish.
Aww.
Eat. Like, you can't exclusively go to sports games with the bros. Where are you? Like,
I can go exclusively to sports games with the bros. You exclusively go to your women's book readings talking about Morning Glory Milking Farm. You exclusively hold long 3-hour conversations with your female friends about the giantest 22-inch horse-cock dildos that y'all are getting from Bad Dragon. Y'all are holding meetings to talk about all of the
Theoretically in
fat
Minecraft.
men.
Minecraft.
Yeah. What Faith said.
I know I'm at a deficit
Like-
because I go to, like, Broadway shows.
So you know you're at a deficit because you're going to
That
find
was
gay guys at a Broadway
unexpected.
show.
And tap dancing.
No!
lessons.
Shira!
And I work.
Tap dancing lessons. Hey, Shira. Shira. The only way I can help. Shira, just try to calm down and imagine me dragging my sack across your face.
Theoretically in Minecraft.
Yeah, what Faith said.
Yeah, you're talking about the thing that you could put multiple things in that
The
you have
bundles.
to have
The
at least a
bundles.
stack of 64 inside.
Yeah, the bundles. Yeah, the bundles.
The bundles, also known as sacks.
I'm not even playing damage
Yeah,
control here. I'm talking to Shira to try to help her because she's having existential
I
crisis.
said BD. I don't think you can say BD on Twitch.
From home. But, like, I exist in public. I go out for drinks. I go to coffee shops. I go to the mall.
Okay, so hold on. She's looking for single men when she goes for drinks. Okay, but what's she doing? She's going to the bar and she's waiting for someone to buy her a drink. What does the guy do when he's tired from work and he goes to pick up a drink? He goes in, he says, "I'll need a drink." They hand him a drink, he pays his bill, and he walks the fuck out because he's got to go to work in the morning. I'm sorry you get to sleep in and then wake up and go again discuss Morning Glory Milking Farm with your book pals, but he has a 14 or 16 hour heavy ass fucking job, and you want him to stand around waiting to spend his money on a strange woman?
Go to the store. Where are they? Where are they going?
They're at home.
This comment was just too good not to respond to. I honestly think it is true that
men you are looking for are not interested in dating. My son is 25, good salary, no debt, but he only goes to work, to the gym, and games with his buddies. Make sense?
men nowadays are uninterested in the dating game. And
Just the fact that she calls it a game. It's not a game. It's your future. It's your livelihood. It's your relationship. It's not a dating game. It's a game to you. You women are making it a game. These guys don't want to play a game. They have games. It's on Minecraft. It's on Xbox. It's on the Steam we have at home.
they're most likely the good ones, which then leaves us ladies having bad experiences.
Well, then don't date these guys. The emotional damage. The only guy I see tonight is a guy who looks like he could be a rapist, allegedly in Minecraft, who has committed several felonies, allegedly in Minecraft, and is actively beating the crap out of a toddler, allegedly in Minecraft. Oh, but because he's the only guy available, I guess I'll let him jump my bones and potentially get me pregnant. Yeah, fucking don't. How about fucking don't? You got the giant ass rubber toy you bought from the Adam and Eve store. Bounce on that till you found a good guy. You don't have to settle for a convict.
Yeah, because that's what we have set the standard as. We went for all the bad boys, so the good guys have realized there's no point. They're the ones that keep getting effed over, so why would they continue to fight a losing battle?
And then we, in hand, want to get off the dating scene.
But they always want to blame a man. That's what she's doing.
So then we're
Yeah, it's our fault we're not available for her, so she has to pick the bad guy. I'm sorry, I'm not buying that. You women can do it. We have faith in you. You can do this. You can find a man if you truly want to.
Women should that.
because all the good ones are out of the dating scene and aren't interested. When is this gonna change though? Maybe we all need to come back together, make it work.
I don't think any man is.
Make it work.
No, thank you.
The men aren't interested. Make it work. That is shit that a woman says during a marriage that is falling apart because she's not interested in marital affairs. She doesn't want to touch him at night. He comes home and she's frigid. It's a cold house and a cold touch from a partner who doesn't even want to hug you. No welcome home, definitely not any sexuality. And she goes, "Let's make it work for the kids." Make it work. Now we're gonna make dating work. We're just gonna soldier on. But all right, I'm a guy. I guess I have to pick one of these hussies and pay for their stuff. No, no, no. I'm not making it work. She has lost more contact with the ground than the out of date girl whose elevator doesn't go all the way to the top. This lady right here. This lady lives in a fantasy land where she can just tell the men to grow up and make it work. Oh God, no.
Is going to sign up for that unless anything changes significantly.
This medieval war strategy game is
Medieval whoosh. In the same.
Men are more attracted to peace than.
I'll say it. I'll say it. I'll say it. Twitch, I'm gonna discuss a cat real quick. Men are more attracted to peace than pussy. Allegedly in Minecraft. Talking about a kitty cat. Men are more attracted to peace than pussy. Allegedly in Minecraft.
Okay. And don't let that go over y'all heads because I be hearing women, seeing women talk about her, talk about his girl, talk about his wife. That lady is probably an angel. But you don't know what type of energy, peace, vibes, happiness, just being a good soul, being a good person. You don't know what this person brings, what type of value she brings. Y'all so focused on the image, the outside. The exterior is beautiful, inside is just ew. And I be hearing it all the time from these men. Yeah, she bad as hell. She cold as hell, body banging, attitude ugly, energy ugly, peace, happiness, love is way more attractive than what you think.
We have a society full of neurotic women who are on birth control and or psychotic medications,
Usually both.
and it has produced, as I say, a generation of neurotic women. So, women are more pessimistic than ever before. We are untrustworthy because, women have slept around. And we have unrealistic expectations and somehow expect men to meet them, even though basic logic would suggest it's kind of impossible in today's day and age. And instead of having compassion and empathy for men and the situation that we will find ourselves in, they still want to be victims and they want men to be the bad guys. They want men to be the villain in their story. So, unfortunately, that is what most men have to pick from these days, and most men think it's not worth it, and it's only going to be worth it for them if, like she says, a woman comes along who isn't subscribed to that mainstream negative ideology. But it's hard. I think it's only like 20% of women in the West who are not on birth control or antipsychotic medications. Not antipsychotic medications, but mental health medications, SSRIs, anxiety, maybe antipsychotics. So it's hard. It's really hard. And unfortunately, most women don't realize this. Men are generally fine. You talk about male loneliness epidemic. Like the other guy said, it is women who feel the loneliness much harder, especially once they get into their 30s. So we can talk about male loneliness epidemic all we want, but men can be having a great time living by themselves in peace and quiet. It's the women who are going to be longing for the men when they eventually.
So I'm gonna wrap up this entire thing with something that's going to. I mean, like I'm already off the cuff, so it may not even fade over there. But I would expect it to grab Fade's attention for me to say this. But this is the thing: women want you to get up, put on $200 worth of nice clothes, if not more.
Mhm.
Spend $300-400 worth on their meal, if not more. Put all of the gas in the car. Drive a very nice car. It's been detailed. It's clean. It's to their level. It's prim. It's proper. You're driving them around. You're putting on a show. You're being entertaining. You're being conforming. You're being assistive and helpful and loving and interesting. And you're dancing around and doing everything they want to do. And you're out of the house for 5-6 hours. Or you could roll over, open up Twitter, and fucking stroke your lizard until you can go to sleep peacefully. And it didn't cost you a goddamn dime. That's it for me. I've just been banned on Twitch. Bye! This has been
Oh
a
yeah.
video retrospective by I discovered why men prefer to be single in 2026. I think Fade's headed to bed shortly. They're having a good fun in our chat that we can't share with you. I'd love to share it with you. We can't share it with you. I'm enjoying it, but I'm also tied to my work, and as I was tied with my work with Zoxy, I don't feel like I can be too many places at the same time. Um, so let's be honest. Guys have urges that they can take care of themselves, and women will spend $600 on a horse dick. So let's make it very clear. Men are choosing to be single. Women are using the faucet, the shower head, the jets in the jacuzzi, all of these toys from Adam and Eve's, their fingers, their bestie's fingers, the guy down the street, the motorcycle because of its vibrations. They've invented
Good
a
night.
fucking $3,000. Have a good night, Fade.
Night Fade.
$3,000 writing tool for women just to get off with, because they are constantly climbing different levels of climax just so that they can have a good time. And yet, they have the nerve to judge the men who just want to finish so they can go to work the next day. We gotta go through the rigmarole of spending $900 tonight on a date, and you're most likely not gonna go out with us the next night anyway. You're not gonna get into a genuine relationship and a routine of seeing us on the weekly or the monthly or the daily to hang out and love us and miss us when we're gone. We're not gonna come back. Y'all weren't gonna come back. Why is it a problem when we don't come back? Fair is fair, right?
Mm-hmm.
I addressed this video tonight because I am for gender equality. I may not always align myself with everything politically with the left wing, but I don't think women should stand in front of an oven all day long. I'm not sexist. But that being said, women are making millions of dollars on their 18th birthday by releasing videos that they made when they were not 18. And they're just releasing these videos out into the wild and making millions of dollars. And then after they've made millions of dollars and lived a lavish lifestyle, they got the gall to say, yeah, those guys should be arrested. You distributed it. Distributing that is also a crime. Encouraging that is a crime. Shut down the platform. Take her to jail too. And yes, while we're at it, arrest every guy who purchased it. I have no problem. I have no problem with any of that. I've never paid for anyone's OnlyFans. I'm comfortable saying that. I can say it. I'm not going to jail, no matter how tight those restrictions become. But yes, a woman can literally spend her years 16, 17, 18 recording videos privately whenever she's in the mood, and then just upload them all on her 18th birthday to a bunch of horny, starving people who can't get any in a relationship because the women aren't fucking available. And so she's making billions. And then the guys are still the bad guy. Gender equality says she distributed it. It's not a question of he or she distributed it. She distributed it. Distributing
Yeah.
distributing that content is a criminal offense. Why did she get millions of dollars out of it instead? Let's be blind like the
Like,
it's not the Statue of Liberty, it's the other one, right? It's that statue of blind justice with the blindfold on and they're holding up a scale and it's supposed to be balancing out. Yeah.
yeah.
So if justice is blind, the women coming out on Only Friends who have the nerve to say all of these men need to be going into jail, they are the same criminals. Put your blindfold on, stop listening to their voice. If I said someone was distributing CP, should they go to jail? Yes. Okay. They did it. They reap the punishments. End of story. I am for gender equality. All gender equality. Women can play video games. Men can bake cakes. Fade is officially gone. I hope that he has a great night. He did not stick around after he had to go. He had to go. All things are well. And this video, he just did make it to the end. There's nothing more here. I could go on to like lesbian videos where like the women don't like dating other women. I could go there, and we could go there at a different point in time. But I haven't had a single comment, and I don't know how many people have been watching. So this is going to be one of those videos where I cut it from Twitch and I post it to YouTube and just let it happen. Because I think this is a comment that this is a conversation that needs to happen.
%.
Women are strong. Women are independent. Women are just as capable of working a 16-hour job as men are. Women can work in the 2,000 degree liquid glass environment that I work in. Now that I've encouraged them, how many of them are putting in applications? You can't choose when your gender roles are suddenly comfortable. You can't scream that men are sexist and then not be willing to work the hard jobs, not be willing to die in the battlefield, not be willing to work 16 hours at night, not be willing to, you know, fight the hard fight and earn the big income. And then say, I want a strong, caring, loving man, but I'm a independent, strong woman. But he's got to provide for everything. We can't do 50-50. That's insulting. Those statements are so counterproductive to each other. If I have opened anyone's eyes with this video, please leave a comment here on YouTube or a comment here on Twitch, whichever one this is on when you see me. Take your time to watch this, listen to what they're saying, listen to what we're saying on here. Understand that I have at least 2 women here with me. One is a bit more ADD, and she's having a wonderful, cute night and doing kitty things. And the other one is trying to engage and has been very heartfelt. And the only thing I can really say in regards to women is men love you, but we're scared of you. We don't want the hassle. We don't want the heartache. We don't want the pain. We don't want to be used. We don't need to be lied to. Every single woman we answer on the dating sites are a chat bot trying to get our money. Every single person that we meet in real life is only interested in us because we make money. You want us to do better? Do better yourselves. That's all I can say. Rant over. I have a great life. I have great women. I'm not an incel that can't get women. I'm not an incel that doesn't have women. I'm not an incel that doesn't get laid. I'm a man who thinks that women are treating men unfairly. As a guy who's had an OnlyFriends account myself, you would be surprised the number of women who saw that I made content and would tell me to subscribe to their financially costing OnlyFans account. I'm trying to make my money. They want me to turn around and spend it on them. They didn't want to collaborate and make more money. They wanted me to spend mine on them. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. That's not gender equality.
Yeah, like I've said in the chat, like it's not even about gender equality even anymore. It's more of women are like, how much more important can I make myself than a man?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna move my character out of the way here to the side a little bit, and I'm just gonna try to give a little extra to Grace, Christine Grace Smith. She's got 220,000 subscribers, so really not a lot of subscribers. She does have more than my YouTube channel has right now. And she does have 439 videos. That's a lot of videos. If you dilute the number of subscribers to the number of videos, and I know that's not views, that's subscribers, she's still an up and comer based on this, but she's doing a good job. And so her sign is Christine Grace Smith. She has a PayPal if you want to PayPal her, and I'll click this link. So she has PayPal, she has WhatsApp, UK anti-abortion info, Man's Sheds charity info. I think that's for men's homelessness, which would be very, very wonderful charity to donate to. Um, of course, you can look at this and have a problem with her if you want to, but I'm just sharing. I use this content and I did it for discussion and education and urban up to date politics. So I gotta give back to the person who made it in the first place. It looks like they do new uploads daily. That's a full-time job. I know because I can't stream 3 times in a week, and that's playing video games. If I can't play video games 3 times a week, I mean, come on now. And this person is sitting down and forcing themselves to gather information and record all of this every day. Holy fuck. Good for you. So I don't know what all they do, but I know this says women learn the hard way that they need a man. It sounds like she's very pro men, and I'm not Christian, but thank God for her. Whether it's Thor or the spaghetti monster, I'm glad there's women like Vixen and her that care like this. I do believe Shira cares. I think Shira's a very loving person too. But these people, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for people like Shira and Vixen. And this lady here might be saving some guy's life by him seeing one of her videos and going, "Wow, I'm not always the problem." So check her out. Give her a like and a subscribe. You don't even have to tell her you came from here. You could, I guess. I feel like that might be a little creepy, but I want to give her that credit. Because that's great. Apparently, this is a podcast, The Latest Lunacy, with Christine Gracie Smith. So I guess maybe she's on Spotify or something. I don't know anything about this. I found this on Facebook. It was going around, and I was just like, oh, okay, shit. I hope y'all have had a great night and enjoyed the chat, though. It is 11:12 p.m. and I have to be at a hospital by 7 a.m. in the morning, and I am not looking forward to that. So I am going to tuck in for the night. I am going to check on Zoxy because I am still frantically worried about them. And then I will be back as soon as I can tomorrow, either to do some gaming with Shira or maybe VR with everybody. I don't know. I'm thinking VR with everybody tomorrow simply because I haven't had VR in a while, and I enjoyed what little bit I did the other night. If I do VR, I probably won't stream that, but just remember, I love you all. I don't care if you're female. I don't care if you're male. I don't care if you're a masculine man. I don't care if you're a masculine female. I want everyone to be safe out there. Have a great day. I just want everything to be fair. I want there to be a great world we can leave behind for our children, and everyone makes it a better place. I'm gonna call out bullshit when I see it, but as long as your elevator goes to the very top of your airplane tarmac head, we're fine. Serious. You can land a plane up there, but the plane had no common sense in it either. I'm gonna go to bed, and I hope everyone has a great night. And remember, Master loves you. Where's the mouse? Which one of these screens? Hi.